Hi, friends and desk plant aficionados. Welcome to Nature Check, the show where you come for the game and stay for the science. We are doing a special one-shot this evening. Hooray! So we'll start by introducing ourselves since this is a new and exciting cast. Hi, I'm Sheryl. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm a graduate student studying ecology at the University of Illinois at Chicago. When I'm not doing my research, I'm also a science communicator and the host of the Roving Naturalist on YouTube, and I'm here, like, all the time. Next, there's Nichole.
Hi, I'm Nichole. I use they, them pronouns. I'm just talking to you from Austin, Texas, and I am a science communication researcher who researches belonging in science communication. Previously was a climate change biologist working on butterflies. I'll pass it to Morgan.
Hey everyone, my name is Morgan, he, him, they pronouns, botanist / molecular biologist / plant immunologist, currently working in New York City. So great to be here. Super excited for this unexpected improvisational.
Next, let's have Emily.
Hi, y'all. I'm Emily. I use she, they pronouns. I'm also located in Chicago. I have a background in microbial ecology, also from UIC, much like Sheryl. But currently, I'm working in the healthcare administration field for a company located here in Chicago. And I'm so glad to be here.
And then there's Reed.
Hey everybody, I'm Reed and my pronouns are they, them. I am a geneticist and also trained in molecular biology and data science. So I do computer science and data analysis. And I am currently applying to PhD programs. So keep me in your thoughts.
And you also run some shows.
Yes, I do. Thanks for reminding me that. Yeah, I am the GM for two different Lancer actual play podcasts, which is a mecha anime RPG. Those are Bring Your Own Mech and The Damus Paradox. So yeah, that's what I do. I love science fiction and science and all that jazz.
And here we are to make some science fiction something.
Yes.
Who knows? To be determined. So if you've been here before, we did play this particular indie TRPG system once before on Nature Check, and I like it because it's infinitely recyclable. And we like recycling. So
yes, we do.
This is called You Awaken in a Strange Place, and it is entirely improv. So what we are gonna do is, let me scroll back to the beginning of the instructions. Everybody is gonna roll their 2d6. Don't add anything to it. Just a flat roll for starters.
Right. And we're taking the total, right?
Yep, the total of the 2 dice. Who thinks?
I got a 9.
A 9.
I got a 10.
A 10.
Also
11.
got a 9.
11. And a 9.
Dang.
Okay.
Well, this is voting well.
High rolls.
I never roll this good.
Hot dice.
Hot dice. Okay. So, don't say it out loud yet. I'm going to give you instructions first. Morgan, you are going to silently think of a genre. Nichole, you are going to silently think of an adjective. I know, you're like, this is just like doing improv theater. And Reed, you are going to think of a location. Emily, you can chill for the moment.
This makes my heart so happy.
Right? Okay, so we've got genre, adjective, and location. And take a moment to choose wisely. I'll get my pencil and notebook ready. All right, Morgan, do you have something?
Yes. Can I say it now?
Yeah, go for it.
So I wasn't sure what the parameters for genre were, but science fiction popped into my mind first. So that's what I'm going with.
Of course.
Love it. Love. let's go there. Nichole, an adjective.
Y'all, the first thing that came in my mind was sticky, so here we are.
I'm sorry, sticky or stinky?
Sticky, as in like glue. So sticky.
Cool. Awesome.
That's what we're doing. That's what my brain did.
Maximum chaos. Read a location.
Oh God. I'm between a couple, but now we have sticky. I'm like, what is sticky? Can
I'll just follow instructions.
I'm trying. Okay. Can I float too and see what the group would rather?
Sure.
Is that allowed? Okay.
Oh, since Emily didn't have something
Yeah,
to think
we should
of,
give Emily
we'll
the
make
choice.
Emily choose between the two.
Okay. So, one of my favorite books is Journey to the Center of the Earth. So, I was like, Center of the Earth, or I was just like randomly, I was thinking, I don't know why this popped into my head, but I am on Twitter and I saw that like Megan Fox got engaged or whatever. So I was thinking about Inside Jennifer's Body, like, you know, like what's the show with the like white blood cells that live in this
Magic
body?
School
Magic
Bus?
School Bus. Fiona went into.
Oh wait, are you talking about
Yeah.
Cells at Work, the anime? Because I love Cells at Work.
Okay, well, I'm talking about both of those things. I was also thinking about Osmosis Jones.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. Classic.
So I feel like there's a lot of sticky stuff in there. So.
All right, Emily.
These are great choices. I love all of this. Man,
A location.
I can see why you couldn't choose.
Yeah.
yeah, they all sound like a thrill, but I think I'm going to go with a journey inside. I don't know if it's Jennifer's body in particular, but like
I just literally saw that she got engaged to Machine Gun Kelly, and I was like,
Oh wow.
Jennifer's Body is a really awesome queer film that is having a comeback. It's having a moment.
It truly is, and I support that. And in that vein,
So our location is a body.
Yes, a body.
in the vein of Cells at Work,
Yeah.
Osmosis Jones, Magic School Bus,
Yes.
sci-fi.
This also makes me think of a sci-fi short story by Greg Bear that I read forever ago called Blood Music, where the white blood cells became sentient. So, you know, we're on a great train right now.
You know, I just had to let you guys know how I got to the thought process of in the body.
No, we're here. Here we are.
I love the logic.
I refuse to explain sticky because I can't.
The logic flow chart, you know.
There was none.
Yeah, no. All right. So what we have is a sci-fi world, a sticky sci-fi world, and the location of our adventure will be in a body. Your body is a wonderland. Everybody gets to, in order, make one statement about the world. Now, let's go in reverse order this time. So, Emily, you're going to be the first one to make a statement about the world using those three things as sort of a springboard. And the statement that you make about the world will henceforth be true.
I see. It's a lot of weight in that statement.
I know, right?
Okay.
No pressure.
Let's see. No pressure at all. Considering this is a science fiction narrative, or it's probably a sticky situation to get here, and probably sticky in other, like, just mucous membranes. I'm sure that's
Oh, yeah.
to a degree is probably. Yep. I would probably just imagining the conditions. Probably if we awaken somewhere in this strange place, the conditions that we awaken in might be acidic. Could be if we awaken in, like, say, the like the parts of the body where there is stomach acid.
Okay.
So
So we could say, like, there's a potential for acidic conditions.
Yes.
Okay.
At least at
Like
the
a-
beginning.
Like
We
a
can
weather
turn it-
report.
Yeah.
70% chance of acidity.
Ugh.
Exactly. My logic was thinking in the terms of in No Man's Sky, typically there's some kind of extreme condition on those planets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, stop. Sorry, now my cat is being a pain.
Yes, there is a 10% chance of trips and rain
Mhm.
incoming.
Oh, yes.
All right, read another statement that is true about this world.
Ooh, okay. So here's what I'm thinking, is that we live in either the future or a timeline in which instead of doing normal medical procedures and things, we have basically Ant-Man technology where we shrink physicians and other medical practitioners down to molecular level so they
Yes,
can
we do.
fight disease on the molecular level. I'm going
Yes.
full cells at work here.
We
So.
surely do.
I love that so much.
Oh my goodness. All right, awesome.
Just imagine that in addition to your medical training as a physician or whatever sort of, maybe infectious disease research or whatever, you also have to undergo like intense combat training and other things to be able to. It's very funny.
Yeah. See what happens when you bug me? You get to be on the show.
Oh, baby.
Oh my goodness.
She's like, nah,
Too much attention.
I'm out.
I'm not ready to be a star. All right, so Nichole, a statement that is true about this world.
All right. Given that we are in a sticky sci-fi body, and there is a chance of acidity, and surgery happens by shrinking and going into the body, one or more of us is not supposed to be here on this inside the body. So it could be all of us. It could be one of us. Even though that is how surgery happens,
Who is the imposter?
one or more people is not really supposed to be on the mission.
Ace.
Or maybe all of us, maybe one.
A stowaway
half.
or imposter or
Yeah,
rogue
stowaway or
group.
imposter.
Love it. Awesome.
Or in all of us.
Or all of you. And Morgan, a statement that is true about the world.
So, going on the vein of the like shrinking down and like having this like Ant-Man technology, there's also technology that's like a suit that people can wear if they're entering, like shrinking down and entering like antibody suits. They can like avoid the immune system and kind of like sneak
Ooh.
around and like.
Yes.
But I don't know what the exact technical specifications of these suits are, but maybe they can be damaged, or maybe they do more things than like evade the immune system. But yeah, that's kind of the generally
we get
what they
sweet
do is
suits.
like
So basically, we're
Yeah,
playing
the
a mecha anime.
antibody.
Yes, a very tiny mecha anime.
Tiniest mecha anime. Yes,
I'm
on
ready.
the way
I'm
to make
so
this into a
excited.
mecha game.
I love it.
Tell us at work, but make it mecha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so this is shaping up
Thanks for the fashion, Morgan.
amazingly. Yes, thank you for the fashion. I love antibody stealth suits. So good. All right,
Native
so
fashion.
so we live in this sci-fi world where it's either the future or an alternate timeline where there is advanced technology used for medical treatment of people that includes sort of Ant-Man type physics, and it's kind of the suit that does it for Ant-Man, but these suits are also special in that they help people evade the immune system of whatever sticky body they are going inside. Inside the body, we anticipate acidic conditions as well as probably lots of other interesting conditions. And one member of the group, at least, if not more than one, is a stowaway or imposter or otherwise not supposed to be inside this body where presumably the, impetus was some sort of medical treatment. But we'll get to that. That's my job, is to come up with the problem. So, does anybody want to do anything to, this is going to get gross, flesh out the world?
So much pun potential.
Anybody can at this moment. You don't have to go in any specific order, but if there's something that you feel like you'd like to add to the world or the scenario to sort of tie those things together or elaborate on something, go for it.
I'm great. I appreciate Morgan's clipboard action, though. I feel safer knowing that you might be taking notes. I've just been relying. Oh, we got lots of clipboard. Thank you, Thank you, everyone with the clipboard. I
have like
I remember this.
It also has a dry erase board too.
I like implicitly trust anyone with a clipboard as a theater
right?
person. I'm like, oh, you know what's going on. Okay, cool.
Scientists playing TRPGs take notes.
Oh yeah.
All right. Yeah. Are you happy with that world? Is there any? Are there any other details that you'd like to add to it?
Oh yeah, I love this.
Okay, perfect. I will let you know that you have future opportunities to make statements about the world. However, once we're in gameplay, you can make a statement about the world, and then you have to roll. And that statement only becomes true if you succeed. If you don't succeed or you get a mixed success, then I get to mess with whatever you said. So
yes, I like that one.
You know. All right. So that is our world. Now we're gonna create characters. So everybody roll 2d6 again to determine the order. They're all gonna roll like 2s this time.
300.
I rolled 2 1.
I called it.
I did roll a 6.
Okay.
Damn.
2 3s. Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about these
9.
dice.
9 and Emily, what'd you get?
I got an 11.
11. Okay, so you're going first this time. And so it'll be Emily, Morgan, Nichole, Reed. So
I blew all my luck.
Hey, it's all right.
It's
Emily,
worth it.
You are going to describe the kind of character you want to be. You can give us as much detail about what they look like and who they are as you want. And then you're going to come up with 4 skill verbs. 1 skill that you're amazing at, which will be your +2. 1 skill that you're pretty good at, which will be your +1. 1 skill that you're not so great at, that'll be your -1. And 1 skill that you suck at, that's your -2. So that is how you will sort of mechanically create your character. But you can start by just narrating for us who they are.
Cool. So I think I might call back to my work in graduate school regarding microbial ecology. Just a little bit of a callback to say this character will be familiar with the microbes that live on and in the body. That also help modulate the immune system as well, and make sure the body can recognize what is about to cause an illness and what is okay to kind of keep around, so to speak. And so my character will know a little bit more about the microbes. I specifically know more about bacteria, don't know much about viruses. So that will be probably playing to one of the skill sets. So I think regarding the skill set, I might choose, I'll probably have one that's like information gathering. I don't know what like a 1-word descriptor would be for that. Like
investigation?
Yeah, that would be good. But my character's not going to be super great at it. She might be able to be like, this sure is a bacteria or a virus.
Oh, that was me in grad school part 1.
This sure is not a eukaryote. I'll tell you what. This ain't this is not a human cell.
Process of elimination person.
Yep. So I'm gonna have that skill of 1. She knows some things.
Okay.
Not all of the things, but some. And I think what else? Potentially, I want to add stealth as one that I don't know why that popped into my head, but just to like be able to evade both the immune system and if for any reason being familiar with the microbes or like if like they have to interact at some point, they could also evade an infection as well. The microbes won't act on that opportunity to be like, hey, it's time to spread my genetic material. And so My character
As
will
you
be
do.
able to avoid those situations, hopefully. I don't know if stealth, or maybe there might be like another descriptor that's like good at avoiding conflict in situations. Maybe like I'm trying to remember what Skyrim kind of descriptors are, where it's just like, for lack of a better term, I'm just gonna say like smoothness, but not quite. That's not the word I'm looking for. But
Like
otherwise,
charisma or
yeah,
diplomacy or something like that.
yes, exactly.
Mhm.
I think I'm going to say diplomacy. I like that one. Thank you so much.
All right, so you have investigation, stealth, diplomacy.
Sure. Yeah, I think I like those.
Okay.
I think my character will be really good at probably the diplomacy, but I can imagine it'd be kind of funny if, like, I imagine they might stick out a little bit in the, well, not really stick out, because like we do have the stealth suit, so that's the whole thing. So I'm trying to think of a way that might be a little bit different than diplomacy and what I'm thinking. But maybe my character is just not so good at honing in these stealth skills of the suit. Like maybe she's just a little bit unfamiliar with the technology, and she's like, "Oh, mate, the setting is a little off, and now I'm being detected." So I'm going to say that's the -1. It's the stealth.
Okay.
And I think that'd be like a fun dichotomy of like, oh, I might be good at these situations, but not so good at this other situation.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the fourth one, let's see. Trying to think of what else. I'm going to say the fourth one, it will be the worst one, will be like if there's any combat. I don't imagine there would have to be, but I don't imagine my character would be very what's the word? Not like graceful is not the word, but like not so easy on my feet, not really can't really move without falling down type situation. So the -2 might be like the combat skill. As much as that would be handy, unfortunately.
So you want it to just be combat, or you want it to be like grace or dexterity, or...
Ooh, dexterity would be a better word for that as a catch-all. So I think I like that one better. Thank you so much.
All right. So Emily's character has investigation, stealth, diplomacy, and dexterity as skills. You all can also have those skills. You will just roll them at a +0, so just a flat roll. But Emily's character has either pluses or minuses to those skills. Does your character have a name, an occupation, a personality?
You know, I forgot that those were important things to have in a character. I was very
my
focused on
strengths.
skills. Yep.
Hello, I'm Dr. Hugh Mann, and...
I laughed way too hard at that.
One of us is an imposter, so
That would
I'm
make
kinda
sense.
suspicious.
I'm Dr. Normal Man.
I have some streaks. I have many skills. Yes, but what is your name?
I have hobbies, lots of them.
I do lots of normal human things, like breathe. That is a normal human thing.
Listen to human music.
It's
Oh,
polka.
man.
It's all polka.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh man, that's so funny. I don't know that I'll think of anything better than that, but I will probably say, beyond my character knowing some things about microbiology, I'll probably say similar to like, there's a background there. It's not, the information is not really refreshed, has not been refreshed in a couple of years. Maybe she's been doing other things.
Feels.
Yep. Or maybe it's like a situation like in the Marvel universe, there's a thing that happened and suddenly people appeared back in. It's like, oh, well, now I'm here in a world some years later. But there's some years separating her expertise. So I'm going to say that, excuse me, I did not even think of a name. I like that being a human, but that is, I don't want to like build off of that either. Mm,
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you can always come up with one.
that is true.
Yeah, that's true. You don't have to if if you've got that much of a character background and you need a second to think of a name, that's fine. We'll move on to someone else. So you had an 11, and then Morgan, you had a 9, right? Okay.
Correct. Yep.
All right. So it's your turn next. So you will also develop a character, a person, whoever they are, whatever they do, and you will come up with 4 different skill words.
Okay, so I made my list before Emily shared her list. So what I can do is just like list what I originally had, maybe, and then kind of like reorganize as fit, I guess. So my first +2 would be stealth or sneak or whatever the verb adjective that we use. There would be.
Mm-hmm.
Second would be charisma, so like kind of like diplomacy, but like maybe like different, I would say. +1 would be, if I can read my own handwriting.
Legibility.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, what was that? Strength?
Yes, correct.
Gesundheit.
So that'd be a -1, so not +1. Gesundheit.
Hello.
And then -2 would be bluff, because like my character's like not a good liar at all. So.
Okay.
Oh my God, yes.
Yes.
Good luck with that.
Awesome. Okay, so bluff and strength are both new, so that works out perfectly.
Perfect.
In terms of your like if we already have diplomacy and bluff, I don't know. I'll put it up to the group, but I feel like charisma might be starting to get redundant with some of those. So
Yeah, I think it's like
Influence.
overlap.
oh, influence.
Sounds like, I don't know. It depends on Morgan what you're kind of wishing your character had, of like maybe more the persuasion side of influence, whereas diplomacy feels more like Emily was saying, like smoothing. I don't know if those feel different enough to you.
Yeah, I feel like probably not different enough is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So maybe for like +2 and +1, I can go for like knowledge +1.
Ooh, okay.
And then +2 I would say like maybe
I will say these can also be ridiculously specific. So like in the example in the PDF, they're doing a Wild West world, and the character skills are lassoing, throwing, dodging, and lying. And then they also have examples like following orders, sharpshooting, and yeehawing. So they can be ridiculously specific if you need.
I'm doing a +2 in like swimming or swim.
Ooh, I like that.
I don't know if that's even going to come up, but I'll go with that.
Now that you've put it in the world, it will come up.
That's how it works.
So sticky.
So sticky.
God.
Fantastic. All right, so your character is not good at lying, is not super strong. They are kind of knowledgeable, and they're also good at swimming. Fantastic.
Exactly.
Okay. Do you have anything else you'd like us to know about your character right now, or do you need some more time to think?
I think I came up with the name earlier when Emily was talking. So I don't know if anyone plays the game Hearthstone. It's like a card game based in the World of Warcraft universe, but there was like a plant biologist card, and like I forgot their name, but like it was something like Phlerb or something. So that'll be my name, like Dr. Phlerb in this.
Oh my God, yes.
With a PH, I assume. I love it.
Yes.
Exactly.
Love that so much.
Reed, you're having fan call-outs in the chat.
Oh, good.
Oh yeah.
All right, Nichole, your character, who they are, what their skills
All right.
are.
Here's what I have so far. Open to suggestions. The name Silas is really in my brain. So my name is Silas. Silas uses they, them as well. And Silas is +2 at, I wrote divination. So like kind of an intuition. Silas has really good intuition for stuff and can kind of see the emergent properties of things and is really good at like guessing what's about to happen.
Okay, all right.
Silas is a +1 at, I wrote not taking shit, but tough. Which is a good combination with being kind of the woo character.
Okay.
So just a like really defensive and tough, both emotionally and physically, because I didn't put any other fighting things. Is -1 at focusing.
Ooh.
Not very good at like discipline and like staying on task, and also -2 at like empathy, and, like taking another person's perspective. Just is kind of bad at focusing, bad at really like people skills, but real tough, doesn't take shit, and can guess what's about to happen.
Sweet.
That's Silas.
Love Silas. All right, and last but not least, Reed, who do you have for us?
All right. Well, so I came up with the name, and their name is Dr. Mortimer Manishi, and
Okay.
they are trained as a surgeon. Ooh. So I think the best, basically I'm trying to go for like a, sort of rogue type of thing, where my best skill, and just to be clear, so is it +2 to your best skill, +1 to skill, +0, or is it?
It's -1.
-1 and then -2?
Yes.
Okay.
And then you'll have +0s in everything that everybody else listed. Yeah.
Yes, perfect. I lost a pencil.
Oh no.
Good thing I have tons of them at my desk. I have so many. So Dr. Mortimer Manishi is the best at a skill I'm calling surgical precision. They wield a scalpel attachment to their antibody mecha suit.
So frightening.
And yeah, exactly. It's basically like sneak attack in D&D. You know, it's like meant to do. It's you come out of nowhere, you cut in the exact perfect spot, you do maximum damage.
So glad someone is good at fighting.
What if you don't need to fight anything?
Yeah,
that's fine.
I am a paladin main, so let's see. So I have a soft spot for the big bruisey fighters. So then my other one. So I was thinking about this, that there might be a skill that has already been mentioned that might be better, but I thought pilot would be interesting since we are piloting mecha suits. And I run a Lancer RPG, so I just felt like I needed
I think pilot is a good one to have on its own. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. So just like maneuverability of my suit, being able to like, pull shit out of my ass, that kind of thing. And my not so good skill is research.
Okay.
Because what I find with a lot of especially orthopedic surgeons, sometimes is that they look at the problem in front of them and they just only see that. They don't like really, research. Can you tell I have a father who's an orthopedic surgeon? -2 to diagnosis. Because there's this hilarious video on YouTube that I always think about, that it's like what it's like talking to an orthopedic surgeon, and the surgeon just keeps going, there is a broken bone, I need to fix it. and then he goes like, the patient is in asystole, and the nurse goes, do you mean that there's no heartbeat? The patient is dead. There's a bone. I need to fix it. So, yeah, that's what I'm going for here. So diagnosis is just meaning like, what is actually happening in front of you. So I'm hoping the rest of you can tell me what is happening, because then I can just
So very
dice it up,
detail oriented.
Yeah.
Love it.
Great at details, not great at the big picture.
Incredibly myopic person.
Cool.
Yes.
Incredibly.
Oh,
yes.
that'll be great with our combination.
Love it. Yeah, let me take a second to look at these skills and see if I feel like anything is missing. Y'all good with investigation and research, or would you like me to add perception?
I think research could be a good catch-all for
Okay.
perception-y things if everybody else agrees.
Feels good.
That works.
Yeah, I'm good with that also.
Okay. And then we have strength and surgical precision as two combat-y feeling skills. Do y'all feel the need for any other combat-related type skill, or you think those are good catch-alls for that too?
I'm good.
Okay. I think this is a fantastic list. So, Emily, do you have a character name?
I do.
You do.
I'm going to go with Sam. Just Sam.
Like that there's 2 PhDs on the team,
Just
and
Sam.
there's Silas and Sam.
Yep. Exactly.
And,
I like it.
And Sam uses which pronouns?
She, they.
Okay.
People might ask, is it short for Samantha? No.
No.
Just Sam.
Just Sam. Just Sam.
Now everybody will.
And Morgan, your character's pronouns were?
He, him, they.
Okay.
Yeah, same as me for simplicity.
Fantastic. Works for me. Okay. Whew. So, a few more housekeeping things before we get rolling here. So, that list, hope you wrote it down, those are the skills that you can use in this game. Anything that you assigned to your character with a plus or minus 1 or 2, that's what you add to the roll. Anything that anybody else listed, you roll with a plus 0. Obviously, you're going to want to try to do tasks that your character might be better at, but who knows?
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. So, your characters will start the game with any items it would make sense for them to have going on this journey inside the body. However, if at any point, this is going to be weird in this location, if at any point you feel the need to have something else, you can search for a useful item, and those are called resources in this game. Basically, you just roll a flat 2d6, not adding anything to it, and if you roll a complete success, you find 2 resources. On a mixed success, you find 1 resource and cause a problem. And on a failure, you fail to find anything and cause a problem. Those resources, you can just say you found them, and then you have resources in your inventory, and whenever you need to use one of them, you can just say, oh, this is what I found earlier, and describe. So basically, they're like amorphous useful objects until you decide to describe them. Schrodinger's toolbox.
Like a checkbox, and
Yes.
then later you can say what it is.
Exactly. Your character also starts the game with 10 hit points. Hooray. 10 hit points. If you would like to assist one of your teammates on a role or a task that they're trying to do, you can use one of your skill verbs and roll. If you get a success, that grants your teammate a +2 to their roll. A mixed success grants them a +1 to their roll. And a failure means that you wind up sharing in whatever badness is about to befall your teammate. If, like I said, if you want to make new statements about the world and you hope for them to become true, you can make a statement and roll, and we shall see whether or not that statement does in fact become true. And I told you all this off camera, but anytime you roll a failure, so a 6 or lower, you mark a tally down on your paper, and you can use those tallies to add +1s to future rolls. You can add up to 2 of those failure tallies to any one roll. So you can't add, like, bonkers amounts, but, they can be a little bit of a help. I will set you up in a scenario, and what you do when you wake up will probably, you'll want to start by figuring out what sort of goal you'd like to work towards as a team. And then we will go from there.
Fantastic.
Trying to make sure I haven't skipped any more rules that you might need. The game instructions say that the GM gets 5 minutes to come up with a scenario, but we're live streaming, so I'm not going to waste your time. I have something ready to go. So, y'all ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
So you mentioned that there was a penalty if we like roll to help a teammate and we don't succeed, but like is there a penalty if we roll to help them but we succeed?
No. Yeah. So if you roll to help them and you get a success, there's no penalty. And if you roll to help them, wait, where is that? And you roll a partial success, that also doesn't do anything bad. So it's only if you fail when you're trying to help them that something bad happens.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Calculated risks in an improv role-playing game. Here we go. So, as per the game, you all awaken in a strange place. You were put into a sort of, like, momentary stasis to be shrunk down and inserted into your patient for, lots of good reasons. And so you are now waking up inside the body of your patient. This person, this young woman was complaining of weakness and loss of appetite and abdominal pain, and those are pretty darn generic symptoms. So you decided to go in and take a looky-loo around to try to figure out more about what might be wrong. So you were, the 4 of you as a medical team were shrunk down and put in a little capsule that your patient has swallowed. So you have now woken up midway through the esophagus, which I hope is sufficiently sticky to fulfill
That'll
the
do.
requirements of
Well, if it's
what
allergy
we are
season.
doing, especially if
I feel-
it's allergy season.
I feel satisfied. Yes.
Okay. So you are in the esophagus of your patient. I brought up a diagram of the human digestive system so I wouldn't sound like a dummy. What would you
Perfect.
like to do to begin?
I guess I'm a plant biologist, but I'm trying to remember, like digestive tract, ideally we should be heading towards the stomach. So just like going down, like in like the thing when they like trying, like digging down into the earth's mantle or whatever, I guess.
Wait, are we drilling through the esophagus?
20,000 leagues.
I had imagined us like rappelling down.
Yes!
And now after Morgan's
Ugh.
description, I'm not so sure. But like,
That was a horrible.
just like
I give a really horrible description of the esophagus,
Great.
like, well, I guess like diving down like in
We're
a
getting
submarine, maybe. It's
based
like
on
I
my
don't know,
memory of the Magic School Bus episode,
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
we're being like
Uh-huh.
squeezed
Yes.
down.
Oh,
I don't
yes.
know. Emily is our health person, and Mort is our diagnosis person.
Mort.
I don't know if I would.
But Morgan and I will just.
No nose
Yeah, I'm
goes.
just deferring.
Yeah, Mort just goes, my diagnosis is it's wet and sticky in here.
I mean,
There's no bones here. Not
I
a
don't
bone
know.
there.
I don't see any bones. I don't know what to do.
I might use my investigation skill while we're in the esophagus to be like, is there phlegm around? Could there be something causing like a production of phlegm, maybe some kind of infection, viral, bacterial. I'm gonna guess we'll see.
Okay.
Mhm.
Give
I
me a
can
roll.
tell the difference between those two things, but not anything more specific. But I'm going to give you a roll for the investigation thing. Like, is there phlegm?
Yeah.
Let's see.
We're rolling as characters. Now
We're doing
the
it.
shit is real. Also, since this is going to like flirt with body horror probably the whole time because y'all decided we're in a body, if anybody at any point is getting uncomfortable and we need to steer away from something, just do this and we'll move it along.
Got it. Thank you.
Good. All right, Sam, how'd you do on your investigation?
All right, it's an 11, so we got some phlegm.
Hot
Yeah.
damn.
We
Definitely.
can say with some
There is
amount of
phlegm.
confidence.
Phlegm in the esophagus.
Silas says, hand me some of that phlegm. I'd like to do a reading.
Oh,
divination.
no.
You know, like how people do readings of entrails.
Yes.
Yeah.
Silas can read the shapes in
In the
entrails.
tiny
So why
mug
not?
of tea.
Yeah, why not be able to read phlegm?
I love it.
I just want to give us some kind of idea overall about how this mission's going to go.
Mm-hmm.
That's my role here.
Yeah.
So
Gotta
grab
understand what's going on.
grab some phlegm from Sam and just throws it on the floor of whatever vehicle we're in.
Real
And
sticky.
I'll roll for divination.
Reading the bones.
Gotta read the phlegm. Oh gosh, I rolled a 5.
A 5. The phlegm
Ah.
spells utter catastrophe. You are doomed with a capital D.
Yeah, I imagine Silas maybe also accidentally got a little.
So,
The
Because
backsplash.
we have suits on, so there's
Yeah.
yeah.
so what does it
Oh.
Just
say?
need windshield
the-
wipers.
And then Silas just says like, "Oh no. This, I, as your resident, woo person, I cannot recommend that we continue this mission. I think the safest thing to do should be to stop this. It's really bad."
What are you talking about? She's just got a stomach ache. Right?
I don't know. These things are never very specific. It's just bad shapes. There's it's like a mean
knew-
dog and a lightning bolt. And it's just not good.
I knew I should have signed up for
TM.
I knew I should have signed up for the spiral fracture, damn it. But, instead, I'm going down to the esophagus, and I broke my pencil in real life. It's fine. I just broke off the stupid little part of
I was
it
gonna
that
say
always
you
breaks.
yote one off the desk and then you broke one and
I'm
Already
just breaking
dramatic.
pencils everywhere. I don't
So
even know
are
what
you
it's
allowing your this little capsule that you entered the body into continue being sort of smooth muscle movemented down through the esophagus? Are you trying to stop at some point? Are you exiting the vehicle or staying in?
Dr. Phlerb, what do you recommend?
So, Dr. Phlerb, first of all, Dr. Phlerb is wondering why he's here. He's a plant biologist. Why is he in a human body? but now that he's here, he's maybe he can take a sample of the mucus and do a gene sequencing to see if there's any plant material in there that could be causing these issues. Maybe the patient ate something that's not agreeing with them.
Very good.
But I don't know what equipment we have on board the ship that we're in, but
It's a really good justification.
Within reason, because I don't think you would have taken an entire science lab with you, but this is a sci-fi future and or alternate timeline. So, as the rules say, your character can have whatever equipment it would be logical for them to have brought along. So
I have a pocket a sequencer that I can sequence everything in the sample of the mucus that I'm collecting.
Want
Pocket PCR and
pocket
pocket
PCR.
sequencing.
Yep. I love that. Just mix up some gel real quick as you're continuing to slide down through the
Exactly.
esophagus. Dr. Phlerb, give me a research roll since you are researching the phlegm. Phlegm. Such a fun word.
6 and 3, so 9 total.
9. Okay. So that is just on the upper end of a mixed success. So I will say that you get some plant genetic signals in the phlegm. Looks like maybe this young person has some slight allergies because you found some pollen in the phlegm. But the mixed success part is that you have used up a lot of the resources of your pocket PCR, because it's not just like infinite. I don't know how PCR works. But you know, like they need things. So you've used up a lot of the resources of it. So I will say you have but one more use of it before it would need to be refilled, recharged, whatever. I play with bugs. I don't do genetic things.
What I would have give to have pocket PCR in real life. God.
Silas just thinks that everything Dr. Phlerb does is magical. And is just like enwrapped in total fan person mode, just like rapt attention, like, wow, you're so smart.
Amazing.
Or it's just sharpening their scalpel. It's just like, that's not that cool.
Just quickly establishing our attitudes toward each other. Not that cool.
So, after not too long, after not too long, I'm looking at my diagram. You
Stomach is next.
Yeah, you have slid down to the bottom of the esophagus, and there is a muscular sphincter. There's another fun word between the esophagus and the stomach. So you will need to somehow make it through there.
Sounds like we need to go pilot.
Yeah, pilot. Yeah, I also so maybe I'm piloting our little magic school bus submarine thing. And I think I tell everyone, all right, this is gonna be a bumpy ride. Better buckle up or whatever. And I'll roll for pilot to see if I can deftly get our little vehicle through the opening. As I'm imagining that it's like, because
it kind of So it's like playing mini golf.
Yeah, exactly. I have
just
to
a windmill hole.
time it, yeah, to perfectly get our little golf ball ship through the windmill hole. And I'll go ahead and roll. Motherfucker, I got a 4.
Oh boy!
Oh no!
Boy.
I'll go ahead and mark that I have 1 to use.
We're failing forward.
Sorry, I can't really help you.
Mort, maybe you're a little distracted because you're still seething about Phlerb looking cool.
Phlerb is so cool.
I just can't believe I'm on this mission.
But you time it a little wrong,
Science.
and you wind up in the area of the sphincter as it closes, and so it is crushing your little vehicle. You guys have but a moment to figure out something to do, so you are also not crushed.
I totally meant to do that, but it'd be cool if somebody could help out.
Should we abandon the ship?
I mean, I could cut our way out, but I was told by my supervisor that was not a valid solution.
I think it's a good solution now to cut. Oh.
Okay. I mean, I could cut through it maybe and then stitch it up. I've got surgical stitches with me.
Oh, you meant through the sphincter. I thought you meant through this little thing that's being crushed.
Oh, no, yeah. I meant totally through the sphincter. Is that bad?
I feel like that's a recipe for heartburn.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
I'm not the scientist, so.
It is crushing, so y'all should make a decision soon. You can like feel and hear the sides of the ship, which I'm assuming is made out of some sort of carbon fiber, something future plastic. But it is beginning to sort of dent and curve in on you. There's some squealing and crunching.
So, none of us else have like pilot abilities, but like, can we try at least, I guess, to see if we can save the ship?
I think Dr. Mort has pilot ability.
Yeah, so any of you can use pilot, but it's just +0.
We just don't. We just have 0. Or though Dr. Phlerb could teach us how to swim. I heard you were champion of the university's team.
You can also try to use a different skill in order to try to help Mort.
Yeah, because otherwise I'm just going to get my scalpel out.
Okay, I have an idea. So I have some swim. I have some strength. So I'm going to, like... No, that sounds very illogical. I'll just, like, try to, like... hold open the passage so that the ship could, like, go through, but, like, my arms are not that long.
You can certainly try.
All right, I'm not the science person, but I'm in for tickling the sphincter.
Yeah, no, that was what I was gonna say. You could get out and swim and tickle the sphincter open.
I'm tough. I can help.
That's a good idea.
Or I'm good at not taking. Yeah, I'm tough, so I can come help tickle the sphincter.
Awesome. So
the sentence we got to say.
Can we
tickle the sphincter?
Both go out. We have like our suits on. Like both go out and like tickle and like see if that will let the ship really release.
Sure.
Such a big fan.
Oh, I can't. Yes, you can both give me swimming rolls.
Oh, I forgot I have to swim here. Good.
It is
all right. I'm swim. I can't believe I'm getting to learn to swim from Dr. Phlerb. Oh gosh, I rolled a 4.
Not good for me. I got a 5.
Oh, a double fail. Yes,
oh no.
Yes. All right.
Swimming.
So, there are viewing ports on this little vehicle for, logical reasons, as noted before. It's kind of like a submarine. So, Mort and Sam, you watch Dr. Phlerb and Silas exit the vehicle and, enter the stream of digestive juices and everything that's happening here. And they exit out and are starting to approach the sphincter, and the flow of liquid is just, like, the current is too much, and they both get sucked through. And you just watch them, like, speed past your windows down
annoying.
Awesome.
Oh, yes.
Wait, can I try and save them? Like, throw them a line of my surgical stitches? So I have, like, a coil?
Yes.
And just, like, throw it out?
You've just been, like, this whole time anxiously making...
Yeah, give me a dexterity or surgical precision check.
Yeah, I'm surgical precisioning this shit.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Okay, so all right, I get to add +2 to that, so that's gonna be an 8, and I think that even if I get it up to a +1 with my fail, it's gonna still be mixed, right? If it's 9, okay, so I'm just gonna leave it at 8. Yeah.
Okay. Mixed
all right.
Success. You tell me how this is a mixed success.
All right. So we are currently being crushed by the sphincter. I throw out my spool of surgical stitches thread. It's all super nice and stuff. And I think that I think that it's like you catch hold of it, but it's looking like let's see, how would this be mixed? Maybe it's that all of a sudden we're kind of aggravating the sphincter to the point that there might be a little bit of GERD about to happen.
No.
So we're about to experience a little bit of an acid wave coming in that could possibly do either damage to the ship and to you, or push you off of the surgical stitches, something like that.
I think that is an excellent complication. So Silas and Dr. Phlerb both grab onto the surgical line and are sort of holding on in the flow of liquid moving past them, and it is slightly acidic in here. But yes, the sphincter has been aggravated or irritated, and so things start to get a little exciting. All of the smooth muscles lining the stomach start to push, and there is a wash of acid coming towards all of you. So let us have Silas and Dr. Phlerb can make strength rolls to try to stay on the surgical line. And Dr. Mort, I'm going to have you do piloting again to see if you can sort of take advantage of this GERD to get out of the sphincter. And yeah. Sam, I'd like you to explain how you may or may not be helping the situation.
Yes. Sam definitely.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, Sam.
I'm so sorry. Sam definitely wants to help, but Sam's dexterity is -2 and would certainly make things more complicated.
Right. I got another 8.
Cool.
Because apparently I can't roll anything else. Except for a 4.
Nice.
All right. So you, Sam, you're not helping, or you're not sure how to help?
Sam definitely considers helping, okay. And it's like, there is a need to assist in the situation, but considering how not coordinated Sam is, they decide to do something else. What that is, I thought I would think of by now, but I did not.
That's okay. I'll go back to those who are clinging beautiful. To the lifeline. How'd you roll?
I got an 8, 6 plus 2. So.
Okay, an 8 and?
I rolled an 11.
An 11, okay.
I figure Silas has just like tied the rope around their waist. Just like not taking chances. It's just like, okay, wherever this rope goes, I'm going.
Awesome.
Okay, so Silas has a full success. Dr. Phlerb has a partial success. And I think what happens, Dr. Phlerb, like you're staying held onto the rope, surgical stitching, as this wash of acid comes towards you. But the cool thing about surgical stitches of this kind, they dissolve in the body. Right? So that you don't have to go back in and remove them. So I think right between your two hands is a spot where it's starting to come apart. And Sam, what are you doing to help?
You know, that's a great question.
You don't have to. I just gave you the option since you're also still in the boat, ship, submarine, whatever this is.
Indeed. And it does seem like, this is definitely calling back to at the beginning. Things are a little acidic, descriptor. Let's see. I'm taking a look at the set of skills to see where Sam might be able to lend their hand. I think, was there a strength skill, do I recall?
Yeah,
yes.
There's strength. Your character also has investigation. So that could be useful too. I don't know.
Indeed, I had considered that as well. Trying to think of the best way to like bring us all back together again. I think what I might do, I might use the strength skill, if only to like see if I can pull them back, and maybe potentially begin to tie the stitching again together and pull it, but at the same time, that sounds like something that would fall under dexterity as well, which is not my forte, but Sam really just wants to help, and doing something might be better than doing nothing. Depends, I guess, on how it turns out.
I'll let you use strength on that, and since you're interacting with the line, that means that your role can potentially benefit Dr. Phlerb and maybe get rid of that dissolving stitches that's happening here.
Yes, so I will do that. So I'll roll right quick for the strength. Oh dear. So, well, we got a 5.
Sweet. Awesome. let me
That was an attempt.
address Mort's piloting here. All right, so you got a mixed success. So you do jostle the ship free of the sphincter, riding this wave of gird. Gross. But you're not in complete control because, as we've noted, the stomach is a bit perturbed right now. And so the ship goes sort of careening and smacks into the wall. I'd like you to roll a tough check to see whether or not you're going to take damage from, like, being jostled around in the ship.
All right, here we go. Come on. Oh, thank God, I got a 10.
Okay. So you take no damage.
Yes.
But Sam, since you were interacting at, like, the hatchway with the the surgical stitches, I think as this jostling occurs, since you got a 5 on your trying to help, you get sucked out and are now just sort of hanging on the stitches. It's like a kite of Sam and Phlerb and Silas just...
Me at the waist.
Yeah.
This was the doom that Silas foresaw.
Apparently.
I told you this was a bad idea.
The phlegm never lies.
Phlegm doesn't lie. It's like my only job on these trips.
I'm just here to get my infectious disease certification checked off. That's all. And this is what happens.
Don't worry, Mort. This time they'll give it to you.
I'm tired of retaking the test.
Mort
I
is
always
giving me,
ace my orthopedic practical.
Oh.
God.
Mort is giving me, like, Rick from Rick and Morty vibes.
In my headcanon, Silas and Mort, like, were university buddies, and like definitely neither of them got to be doctors, but both found different ways to be quacks.
Oh yes. 100%.
Mort is still like, yes, and Silas just like, really good at fortune telling. So
yeah, I don't think Mort is. I don't think it's really set in for them yet. You know, they're still optimistic.
Speaking of optimism, what would you like to do now that you're piloting this tiny craft through stomach acid with your 3 compatriots just hanging on behind, swimming through the acid?
All right. So I would like to. Mort's gonna be like, all right. I know we got to get in that stomach, folks. And I think there's only one option left to us.
Oh no, you're in the stomach.
Oh, we're in the stomach now.
Yeah.
Oh,
We made
oh
it.
shit. Okay, we're in the stomach. Never
Some
mind.
fun facts about the stomach just to set the scene for
okay.
y'all.
yes, please.
Thank you, Google. The normal volume of stomach fluid is anywhere from 20 to 100 milliliters, and the pH is anywhere from 3.5 all the way down to 1.5. Wow, that's spicy, friends.
It's too low.
That is very, very low.
Spicy water skiing.
Spicy
I'm just
water.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining that we've gone through the sphincter and that we've like surfaced, like, you know, a submarine will surface.
Yes.
And that, you know, now we're sort of just floating on this sea of digestive enzymes and other fluids and half-eaten food and stuff. And, oh yeah. Yeah, it's great. Or
Yeah.
not, well, it's technically, it's already been eaten, but half digested. That's what I mean.
Yep.
And yeah, and I think that things are probably calmed down. We're like somewhat out of danger for the moment, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, your friends are hanging out just like being bathed in, you know, the equivalent of lemon juice, but they've got those special suits, so they should be fine for now.
Yeah, you know, I'm keeping my eye out for any like really hardcore digestive enzymes like trypsin, for instance. You know, want to make sure that we stay away from that because that stuff is nasty.
Oh, good thing Mort paid attention in this section. Oh, or we'd be in trouble. Or Mort's really good at details. Yeah, so Mort knows lots of details for us.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I only know about trypsin because I use that because IRL, I use that in my work all the time.
Hey.
Analysis.
Yeah.
Tell us
We love
more.
us digestive enzymes that cut in only like 2 places.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So you're saying that there are
Lysine and arginine. So
okay.
R and K. And that's how we can do mass spectrometry analysis on proteins, because you can basically have the trypsin digest it, and then you blast the molecules apart, and you can label the individual amino acids. It's really cool. So that's how you can sequence a protein.
Whoa.
And you just measured the mass because of time of flight through ionization chamber. Anyway,
That's so cool.
it's really fucking cool. I like mass spec a lot. Oh, my dog decided to make an appearance.
Hi, puppy.
Hey, Bear, you want to say hi, everybody? Come here. Up. I'm a good boy.
Yes.
Oh, the puppy has opinions about mass
He's
spec.
so cute.
Oh, yeah, this
Oh.
is Bear. He
Hi,
says
Bear.
hello. He's being
Adorable.
relatively well bye. Bye, Bear.
So we have a question in the chat, which I would also like to know the answer to. How acid resistant is that surgical stitch thread?
Yeah, I think that it's
Good
not.
question.
It's not meant for the stomach environment. So yeah, so I think that my first step is that I look and I see that the thread is quickly dissolving in the stomach acid. I go, oh shit. And I'm just gonna start like with my spool, I'm gonna try and reel him in as quickly as I can.
Okay. That sounds like strength to me.
Yeah, I think so too. So
Okay.
that's gonna be a
Silas
+0.
has too much confidence in their belt.
Oh, thank God. Okay, I got a 10.
Hey,
Oh,
all
good.
right.
Save your
Save.
So I'm just like doing the like reeling them like fish on a line. This stuff is pretty much useless in an acidic environment. I didn't really think about that before I brought it. Good thing this baby is set. And I point to my scalpel attachment on my suit. It's like a scalpel sword. You know?
Mort, I appreciate that you were fast acting. And if it's okay with you, Emily, Silas hates Sam. We're gonna find out why. I don't know why yet.
my
but,
God.
We'll figure it out.
Just for variety. But it's like
Mystery beef.
unlike some people who did nothing. If that's cool with you, you can always tell me that it's too much.
Totally fair, and also totally fair criticism. I didn't do things for a long time, and for fear of making things worse. But at the same time, that's no excuse. That's no excuse.
Oh. Like that Sam took the criticism
I know.
really, really well. And Silas just mean. Okay, good.
Silas just
Got
feels
it.
like an asshole.
No, I think Silas doesn't have any empathy, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah, that was
negative
a-
2.
That was a thing.
Sorry.
That is on
Everybody.
brand.
Yeah.
Playing those characters.
Silas has already wandered off and started doing something different.
Yeah, that focus skill is also.
Focus.
Yeah,
Not
you're
great.
just leaving
Sorry.
little drippy footprints of acid in the ship.
I don't know that Silas is a great person. I think Sam might be a good person.
Aw. All right. Well, team, you are in the stomach. Everybody is back inside your little pill capsule submarine thing.
Oh, I love that. It is 100% shaped like a pill.
Yeah.
Great.
With like 2 different colors.
Yes,
Ooh,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like literally they just give the patient this little pill with the everything on it to swallow, and that's that's us.
Yep.
It's a little pill submarine.
They've even got it where you don't hear the screams anymore.
Ooh. That's why you were unconscious. Yeah.
Oh.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, so you're it sounds like you surface, so you're sort of floating at the top of the liquid level in the stomach, and every once in a while just sort of being gently bumped by chunks. This is not what I thought I'd be doing with my Sunday evening, but here we are.
Happy to help.
Yeah. So y'all were, as the chat pointed out, here on a mission to figure out why this young person was exhibiting weakness, loss of appetite, and abdominal pain.
Mm-hmm. I would like to do a diagnosis, which is my worst skill.
Okay.
Because I think it
Mort,
would be
this time
really-
you'll do great.
I think it'd
You got
be really
this one.
funny.
Mort,
Yeah.
Mort.
Mort is going to take in their surroundings And you see, it's almost like they're having a spiritual experience. They're sort of like, just widening their horizons. They are smelling the air, the stale, foody, acidic air. They are observing the half-eaten or half-digested remains of whatever this young woman ate for lunch. Just like looking out at the sea of acid and enzymes. There's some sort of beauty in it, really.
More.
And they are going
just been cheering the whole time.
I mean,
try to, there's just this internal, more. Like we're doing a keg stand or some shit with like stomach acid.
I like that
just old college bros.
This super sci-fi futuristic setting, they did not tell the patient to fast before the procedure.
We don't need to anymore. It's not even a procedure,
For a stomach ache, getting an invasive.
Yeah.
I'm sure, maybe this was just like a training exercise that it wasn't supposed to be something very serious. We're just learning how to use the equipment.
Valid.
They have like a microscope to like look at us enter the little capsule before they
adorable.
Or, like,
we like wave at them like, oh, the
do you have like a little like a photo op beforehand as we like
yes, like astronauts.
Yeah, like a little astronaut.
Oh, it's like the like roller coaster photo.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we're going down.
Great idea.
I need some fan art.
Maybe I'll work on that in my spare time. But yeah, so predictably, I rolled a 4
Excellent.
on my diagnosis.
More.
Yeah. You
this.
see lots of chunks of what you think is junk food, so you're like, maybe she's just got a terrible diet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This girl, look at these Lucky Charms. It's just pure processed sugar. I think this is open and shut, folks. We have got a bad diet on our hands. Lots of carbohydrates.
Yeah.
Too many of those carbohydrates. Yeah. That's my professional opinion.
Well, if you say so, then I definitely 100% agree.
Yeah. I think we could call this one in, and we can just wipe off all this acid, go on with our days, right, folks?
I'd love to know what Phlerb has to say. Dr. Phlerb.
I was gonna say, I got like my sequencing came back, and I got a lot of like maize sequences, like corn. It's like Doritos, Cheetos, a lot of carbs.
You're so smart.
Maybe a gluten intolerance. Maybe the patient might be lactose intolerant. But we could see if there is theoretically activity of lactate. So I guess I know nothing about what might happen in someone that has lactose intolerance, but I imagine you don't have much lactate activity, like lactase activity, if you're lactose intolerant. So
Probably.
Yeah.
But Sam is really, really smooth. So I imagine that like you're really good at like convincing us all that these were like, oh, except for Silas, who's just like, I don't know, just so charismatic. Don't like it.
Mort's just like, lactose, that's like a carbohydrate, right? Yeah.
Something like that.
Carbohydrate intolerance, that's what
Dr. Phlerb's the only one of us who knows.
I know what's not a bacteria, and I know.
I'm just trying to pass my certification.
If it's a carbohydrate, then then it's got calories, and the thing I know about calories is that has to do with fire. And so I could do a divination of catching some of these Doritos on fire and see if I can maybe add to some of our I could do some pyromancy magic, divination to just to add some of the. You guys are really good at the details, and I think we need some of the big picture here. Like I don't want to lose any of the picture with all your beautiful science things.
I like the idea of
the
setting
microscope
it all
a little
fire.
bit. Yeah, I mean, if you're fine with fire in the capsule, it'd just be a little fire.
In a contained.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Usually very contained.
Yeah.
Poor patient comes in with a stomach ache, and we about to set her stomach on fire.
Tiny fire.
Just a very tiny fire.
It's
like,
okay.
It's like controlled fires for forest clearing. It's just.
I just want to be a part of the team to contribute.
Dude, I just need to say that, like, being allowed to be on a controlled burn team requires a ton of training and certification. So,
yeah.
If you're complaining about this cert. We had to do a walking test. They put a bunch of, my supervisor put a bunch of textbooks in backpacks, and we had to carry these textbooks and go on like a 2-mile walk as fast as we could.
I mean, it makes sense though, because you probably have to carry all that equipment. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the problem is that for this pyromancy divination, I rolled an 8.
Okay. So
I set them up like little candles. I've made like little Dorito candles, and I'm like,
ugh. So you're telling me that you fished some Dorito bits out of the stomach gloop?
Mort was already investigating them, so I just
okay.
so
tell me,
I grabbed them while I was in there.
Cool.
Classic duality.
I mean, so tell me how this is a mixed success for your pyromancy.
I feel like I'm trying to show off a little, like Silas is starting to feel a little insecure because they're not the science person, and it can't really gauge other people really well, so is also not picking up on signals, and it's just like it's time for me to show off. And so the candles just kind of melt into like a little glob, and there's like the message is just kind of unclear. But because I'm melting it, maybe Dr. Phlerb sees something that they recognize. Is that enough of a big success?
Sure.
So I'm thinking, like, I don't know, like, what, we have, like, a little, like, I guess, like, desiccator that we, like, dried out the Doritos in after we fished them out, and, like,
love it.
It's like, I don't know, like, I'm gonna defer because I am also not well versed in this technique. So I don't know.
I'll give you the success part of the success if you're a little unsure. So Silas, even though you sort of make like a puddle of Dorito candle, and the shapes don't seem especially clear to you, the puddle sort of runs toward the front of the ship, which is pointed continuing down, right? So like you're, as if it was pointing towards like the exit of the stomach.
What could that mean?
Oh. It's a pretty...
Well.
Well.
Oh, sorry. That was.
Oh, you're fine.
I didn't really have anything planned to say after that. I was like, well. That's the situation. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
That was
and
really
maybe
kind, and I can
it is
understand.
that. But that makes me think that maybe like Silas was focusing on the candle failing, and Sam actually noticed.
Fair enough.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, Sam's got a little divination in them. All right, pointing out this. There is a sign here. All right, Sam, what do you make of this sign? It's pointing towards the exit that's going down.
Sounds like we might be headed towards that direction, or at least that's where things might be leaning towards.
Are you sure
Could
you
be.
don't have the gift?
It's just I have an inclination. It's just an idea I have.
As
One
the
thing I'm
team-
interested.
Oh, sorry, go for it.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, finish what you were gonna say.
I am interested a little bit in using my investigation skill to rule out or rule in the potential for this person having some kind of intolerance, whether it be lactose or gluten. But I imagine I can probably only do one of those things at a time. And they might also occur at the same time. Who's to say? But that'd be very unfortunate.
You've told me what you're looking for. Give me an investigation roll, and I'll let you know what you see or don't see.
Cool. I am going to roll. All right. So with the +1 investigation, I have a 10.
Okay.
Hey.
So while you were spicy, what did you say? Spicy water skiing. While you were doing spicy swamming, you did notice, I mean, of course, the stomach is full of all kinds of exciting things, solid, liquid, and gaseous, but you are aware that a lot of those dietary intolerances wind up manifesting as a problem. So I just looked up, like, lactose intolerance is, in fact, when your body doesn't produce enough lactase to break down the lactose. Man, enzyme names, they're really original.
I know, aren't they?
So the lactose hangs out and gets digested by bacteria instead, and so there are all these like terrible gases that form. So you did not smell or otherwise notice evidence of dietary intolerances while you were swimming.
Cool. So we can certainly rule that out.
I was going to say, since this feels like we might be at a transition point, it has been approximately an hour and a half since we started. Should we take a quick bio break?
I would love
Sure.
one.
Okay, let's take
Sounds
a quick
great.
bio break. We'll be back in a handful of minutes. Thank you so much, audience, for hanging out and chatting with us.
Yes, I love this chat.
Thank you.
We hope you're enjoying the chaos thoroughly. So yeah, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back. Bye. Hello, we're back. We're still in a strange place. Not quite so strange. It's just the inside of a person, like you or me, ideally. But this person is far in the future in some sort of sci-fi world. And they have 4 very tiny Ant-Man type people inside them right now, floating around in their stomach in a tiny capsule submarine, trying to figure out why they are presenting with weakness, loss of appetite, and abdominal pain. Although I guess not quite so much loss of appetite. Maybe that's why they're eating junk food, is because that's the only thing that tastes good when you feel unwell. In any case, our team has been trying to diagnose what sort of problem there might be while hanging out in the stomach. And they've gotten some mixed results. So what would you like to do now?
Well. So, I think that it seems to me maybe we need to be moving on from the stomach to the intestines. But I don't know. I'm no divination expert, you know.
Yeah, like Dr. Phlerb agrees also because he's like he's like a plant person who's on the inside of a person, and like now there's like magic and divination that he didn't
I also just interpret that as you talk in the third person too.
Oh, yes.
I didn't at first. I didn't clock it as Morgan speaking. As Dr. Phlerb agrees.
I like that as a character chord.
I realized that's not what you were actually doing with it, but I was like, oh, that's a fun choice. My misinterpretation.
Yeah, there can be magic in this sci-fi world.
Yeah,
There's magic in Star Trek.
I feel like
Definitely,
like you have the scientists and you've got the magicists.
Yeah.
It's everyone thinks it's magic, but really it's just that our brains are really good at comprehending some slice of things, and all I do, it seems like magic, but but all I do is just kind of get an intuition for emergent properties of, and Silas goes on and on and on, and everyone's kind of
Completely.
it's like a little bit too like nerdy about like chaos theory and emergent properties.
I think like in like Thor, the movie Thor, it's like a magic is just like advanced science or something like that.
Right.
So, like,
Yeah.
it's like and like in Dune there's magic, so like I feel like that's kind of
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
not
I mean,
that unexpected.
Every
It's a good
science
feeling.
fiction show has some sort of like weird magic-y type thing in there that they're like, oh, it's not magic, it's the proto-molecule, like in The Expanse and stuff, which is one of the more scientifically like accurate TV shows that exists ever. It's actually amazing how much detail they put into the physics of their show. But then there's like the proto-molecule that does like literally anything.
Amazing.
And literally defies physics, and that's a whole thing that it just slingshots itself across the universe at one point. It just, so yeah.
Let's go to the guts. Let's listen to our guts.
Oh yeah. Can't hear you all of a sudden, Emily.
That's a crap. My headset was muted. Classic. This is the same.
Sam.
Classic.
The -2 dexterity is really something. But one thing I do want to check just right quick before we wrap up here, just like real quick. I just want to see what microbes. I was about to say like what crobes, just to shorten that.
Probes.
I'm real tricky.
I imagine Sam does say crobes, though.
Oh my god.
Unironically. Yes. I'm imagining Sam having the same vibe of like, I don't know if y'all have seen the new like Matrix movie, which is amazing. I was entertained by it. But one of the main characters, whose name is escaping me, I should know, has like a short blue hair with an undercut. That's the vibe I'm giving Sam. Yes. Amazing.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's why, Silas is mostly jealous. Sam.
I'm honestly thinking we all have like the same aesthetic as folks who are going into the Matrix. Like, you know how stylish they are? Like that's our stealth suits. That's what that is.
So many twists.
I just imagine Dr. Mort as like an anime edgelord. Like they should be in some sort of like isekai or something. Like they just look like the classic like cool guy character.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm also imagining Mort like the character in Jujutsu Kaisen he will refuse to work overtime. Very business. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And the classic anime choice of either you get eyes or glasses.
Yes.
And Mortimer has glasses. If they take them off, there's no eyes.
Yes.
Cool.
That's amazing.
Yep.
So right quick before we head out of the stomach, I do want to see what crobes are afoot. Just to see if we might have an infection, at least in this detectable in this region, and I can say what is and is not there to a degree. We'll see.
In the acidic environment of the stomach, what crobes do we have?
Exactly.
Extremophiles.
Extreme.
Yes, Archaea.
Love that.
Archaea.
Love
It'd
that.
be really weird to find those in your stomach, but I don't know.
What,
maybe.
Archaea?
I
looked up the gut microbiome. Sheryl is not a human biologist. I looked up the gut microbiome, and it says that there are archaea in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Well, I guess that makes sense.
Archaea are everywhere. Yeah.
That's true. I just always think of the ones that are like, in the what do you call it? Oh no! Yay, we see you. The ones that are in stuff like the pools. Yeah, the pools in Yellowstone and stuff like that. Archaea are gonna take over the world someday.
Well, isn't it?
I agree.
I'm really shaky on like microbial evolution, but like aren't archaea kind of like the foundation of a lot of the other? Yeah.
To my understanding, which is some years removed, so I will say that as a disclaimer. But I have some knowledge.
My tree of life is covered by my green screen now, so I can't reference it. But But yes, there can be archaea in the gut, apparently.
Indeed. I love also hydrothermal vents. Can go on about
Yes.
hydrothermal vents.
Yes.
Can and will, but not right now.
Aw.
We can
But I
save that for
imagine
another adventure.
Sam is
Yes.
going on about them
Oh, yeah.
while looking for Microbes and saying Microbes too many times.
Absolutely. Oh my god.
And
I love them
and
so
Mort's just asking, so what are the fighting capabilities of Archaea?
We might have to fight them. I don't know.
Yeah, well, sharpening their scalpel.
You hear the
What are their weak
the battle dome music, and you see like the little images of the Archaea like softly bouncing. Choose your fighter.
What's Dr. Phlerb doing? Is Dr. Phlerb like finishing up a manuscript and sending it off back to, like, just got some reviews back and is just like, I don't know what's Dr. Phlerb up to right now?
He's like at his computer, like still analyzing like all the sequence data and like trying to figure out like what's going on, like trying to figure out like where the magic is fitting into this.
He's still baffled by the dividend. Yes. And yeah, I guess because Silas is so starstruck and crushing on Dr. Phlerb is like doing their best to try to explain it, but doesn't understand Dr. Phlerb stuff at all. So it's just like over their shoulder, like, well, maybe it fits in there. You're so cool.
Adorable. Sam, did you make a roll?
Yes, I'm going to roll for
I wasn't sure if you'd
investigation.
already rolled.
All while Emily is rolling.
I mean,
Yes. Well,
yes.
wait. I'm just making sure that I have. Okay, so I have a 7.
Okay.
I forgot to apply the +1, which
There you
would
go.
have made a difference.
Okay. So you're with a 7, your mixed success, since this was just like looking for information, you were looking for Microbes. So you
Looking for number 4 crows.
Um,
That's the test I run.
Hashtag.
so you can see, because you're so tiny, you can see bacteria and archaea doing their thing in here, but because of the liquid nature and, well, it's mixed, it's a soup, if you will, of stuff here in the stomach, it's maybe a little difficult for you to make out identifying features. Man, I hope at this sci-fi moment in the future we figured out how to identify, like, quote-unquote species of bacteria and wild stuff like that instead of using operational taxonomic units and all
What's
of that
a
good
species?
stuff. Yeah, what is a
Well,
species? It's just a
That's
human
the big one.
construct. Anyway, so you see bacteria and archaea, but you don't have a good read on like what kinds or like what they're doing. You just see them squidging around doing their thing.
Yes, Microbes.
Yes, Microbes.
Squidge.
I was gonna say, like, I don't really, I don't know if like it'd be helpful if I could like get samples from those microbes and see, I don't know if that would be helpful at all, but that's a possibility. I guess Dr. Phlerb could share some like insight into like the differences between like the plant immune system and the human immune system. I don't know if that would be helpful, but like, so like we have like an adaptive immune system, so like we can like learn to recognize like new invaders, so, like how can like get like vaccines and stuff, but like kind of like plants, like what they're born with or what they're, from their seed stage, like it's like genetically predetermined or whatever. So, so we have our antibody suits on currently.
Yes.
So, that's like kind of confusing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a double negative. Like,
Yeah, it's like double negative.
Well, antibody suit.
So like I think that gives us like
Pro
a
body
like,
suit.
like
Probiotic suit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's kind of like a unique perspective because like we're like invading, but like we're invisible. It's like the immune system of the patient. What's their name again? Did we even get their name or anything?
The
Like,
patient? Oh, I didn't give you a
didn't.
name, but I can
Oh,
come
that's
up
okay.
with one if you want.
It's so rude of us.
I'm just, but
Didn't even ask her name before.
Dr.
Dr. Phlerb, so caring.
We
just want
went
to
in
be
there.
very because like we're not activating their immune system at all, so that gives us like a unique insight or perspective into what's going on, I would say. So but I don't know, Dr. Phlerb is still trying to figure out like what to do here.
Emily, I think I had heard you starting to say my name or something.
I did not.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I would
But I agree.
say-
That is a great perspective.
Yeah, I also think that taking some genetic samples of if there's Microbes around. I think
Why is that caught on?
that would certainly. I love it. Okay,
Next in the long list of T-shirt ideas.
So I've worked with bacteria previously, and one of my favorite memes that was shared in our work Slack one day that I just died laughing was man, it'd be so weird to be a bacteria in some nutrient broth with 10 million of your best buds, and then someone comes around and sticks you in a centrifuge at 20 RPM, 20,000 RPM. Just chilling in a hot tub of nutrient broth with 10 billion of my best buds. All of a sudden someone just shakes it up and shears everything around.
Ooh.
I wish
honestly rude.
I'll have to find it and send it to y'all later, because the actual wording of it is way funnier than I made it sound. But
you can post it in our Discord where the fans can see it too.
Hey!
Plug.
Plug.
Smash it like it's bread.
All right. So yeah, are you doing anything else with the Microbes that you found in the stomach?
I can fetch them out for additional sampling for Dr. Phlerb. Yep. I feel like that might be a dexterity situation, which it is not the best, but I can certainly
carrying
do
them
that.
across.
Well, yeah. So they're out there, and you're in your little pill capsule thing. So how would you like to approach acquiring one or multiple?
And I have another question. Also the scale, the size of how far we shrunk down compared to the size of the microbes, and
I like the idea of the microbes being really big still compared to
Yeah.
It's we're super small. So
Yeah, I'm gonna guesstimate, considering other things that we've been joking around about here, that maybe the microbes are the size of a large dog compared to you or something like that. Mostly because I like the idea of you being able to pet a bacterium.
Yes. Then that would make the eukaryotes, I think, pretty big as well, if I recall correctly, because that would make them pretty lumbo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. I like that, because then it makes them also a threat if we have to, I don't know, fight a bacterial infection later.
Mort is ready to fight.
I am ready.
Yes, because then we have to fight both the immune response and the Microbes, if you will.
I have studied
just
the
to
way
get
of
out.
the sword. I was also going to offer my services. If you're looking for some samples, I am the most skilled surgical technician in the West, and I could I could slice the wings off of a butterfly mid-flight. I don't know why I would want to do that. That's actually quite cruel, but yeah, I'm good. I'm good at what I do.
I get the analogy.
Slice and dice for you. Get you a little piece, if that works.
I do think the surgery skill will be good for this sampling.
Mm-hmm.
Better than me fumbling.
Slice it so thin that it's microscope ready.
Yes, get it a nice. I should know what the technical term is of a cross section.
Yeah, there we go. That's the word I was looking for. I don't do dissections ever, so I have no idea.
A lot of immunity triggers are external, on the outside of the microbes. So flagellum or chitin or
proteins.
whatever is exposed to the external. So if you slice off some of those samples, maybe.
Awesome.
That's a good idea.
I think I'll just need a little help getting in position, but then
like a big chunk of cheese, just imagining just a big taking a big slice. What I was imagining earlier for the phlegm sampling was if you're getting a sample of honey and just a big old thing of honey from the comb, just getting it from this. Yep. That's what I was. Yep.
So yeah, paint me a word picture about how you are acquiring whatever sample you are acquiring from.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we find a dog-sized bacteria, And
Can we keep him?
it's just sort of swimming around, doing its thing, you know. And I think is Sam with me on this?
You doing a spacewalk together?
Yes, we can do that. And I kind of like the idea of taking one with us if we are able to get information about things, not like to harm it. I don't want to harm it, but like, let's say if we want to tag along in our adventures because it sounds cute.
Yeah.
Oh my
And if we
Silas
can
is a
get
pet.
some information from it, like maybe get like
I like
I'm
this.
thinking like picking leaves out of like a dog's hair, but like picking little bits of protein, bits of something out of there just to see what's going on there.
Nice.
But
I like
that's
the way
something we
you
could
think.
do. I would love to do that. I could even use my diplomacy skill if need be for that.
Diplomacy becomes the equivalent of animal handling. but-
Taming.
Hey man,
Mm.
So here's my idea: is that you come along with me on our quote unquote spacewalk.
Mhm. Spicy spacewalk.
Yes,
'cause
a
it's
spicy spacewalk.
Mm-hmm.
Say, all right, Sam. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna distract it by telling it that it's a good boy, or whatever it is bacteria like to hear.
Yes.
While I quickly and painlessly slice off a little bit so that Dr. Phlerb can do their thing. How does that sound?
Sounds amazing. And if we can potentially just coax it into our ships,
I
that
leave that to you.
okay, we can certainly do that.
I got
All
some
Do we
right.
have
Doritos.
treats?
Yeah, we got a lot of Doritos.
Yeah.
I gotcha. I'll clean up my mess and turn it into dog treats.
Perfect. Thank you.
Fantastic. All right.
If
I'm
they're
gonna
like-
roll.
Archaea, can we like name them like Archie for like Archaea
Oh.
if they are like
Yes.
Never
I
gonna
like-
make it
I
to the
like-
guts.
Archie. Yep. Nope.
I don't
This
know what
person is
people like
doomed.
did.
We stopped helping and started making pets.
I'm gonna
What
go
are we
and
doing?
roll,
We're big. Is Archie gonna remember us?
No.
I'm gonna
Oh.
stay small forever to be with Archie.
All I could think of was like, do you get to the end of this and have Archie in the pod with you, and then like whatever tech is used to like make
Archie
you
can be
big is like
big.
Oh my god.
this like actual dog sized
That's-
Archaea.
And then it's like a
Hilarious.
actual big problem. too.
Yeah.
God.
That makes a whole other strange place. It can go on from there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so are the two of y'all
all right.
swimming to?
I'm
pet?
gonna leave the swimming up to Sam. I'm gonna like maybe hitch a ride on their back, and I'm ready myself for my surgical strike.
Like a turtle.
Yeah, like a turtle.
I just
exactly.
imagine Dr. Mort like chariot.
Like the turtle in Legend of Zelda, where you're just
Exactly like that. Exactly.
yes.
Uh,
I can use the swimming skill for that.
Mm-hmm. You
Hell
can.
yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Phlerb, for the swimming skill.
Yes, thank you.
Oh,
Let's see.
yeah, baby.
We got a 7.
12.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
A 7 for swimming and a 12 for
Surgical strike.
surgical.
Straight.
Or surgical precision technique.
Okay.
Surgical precision.
So, to the mixed success plus the total success, I got this image. It's pretty awesome action movie style. So here we go. So,
Yes.
so Sam is swimming and sort of like dragging Mort along with them through the soup. And, you know, gets up to this, they don't really hang out alone, this group of crobes, and tries to sort of like, you know, stop and or Tokyo drift, so that, you know, Mort can get, an angle on them with the scalpel. But what happens is that Mort kind of goes like flying off, and as you fly off, your scalpel just shing, like very smoothly through one of these crobes. So you have like a bit of it on your scalpel, but you have been flung like through the soup away from Sam's back.
Amazing.
I like to think that before this happens,
Mhm.
I yell, scalpel! Oh, wait.
Yes.
Yes.
It could be like the classic situation like that a superhero or otherwise character in a sci-fi film would find themselves in, like, that's where they say the phrase. And that's where,
Oh yeah, that's my superhero phrase. As I'm being launched into the acid. I think so. I have an idea that maybe I will, because I don't know if Dr. Mort really thinks that they're going to get out of this alive, or get back to the ship. But then they realize that they have their surgical stitches on them still, and their scalpel, which could double as a throwing weapon. So quickly they will tie their surgical stitches around the scalpel and throw it like a harpoon. And say, "Reel me in!"
At the ship, I assume, not at your coworker.
Yes, at the ship.
Okay.
My coworker's on their own. No,
I'm
just
check.
Spear my coworker like a whale.
Yeah. All right, give me another surgical precision. We'll see if
I
you
decided to make this into Moby Dick.
Throw this through the soup.
Just that Mort has this like enemy.
All right, here we go. Okay, well, I rolled a 4, but +3 is a 7.
+3.
So I'm using, because I'm using my failure.
Yeah, you can only add 2 failure points at any one time.
Well, no, but I have a +2 to surgical strike or surgical precision.
Oh, okay,
So
I see. So you have a +2 and you're adding 1 point to make it a 7.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
awesome. Gotcha. Okay, so how do you snatch a mixed success out of this shenaniganery that's happening?
Well, I think similarly to what happened before, I've successfully harpooned our vessel, and I'm holding on to the surgical stitches spool. However, I'm trying to reel myself in, but it is starting to dissolve. So I'm going to have to either get some help to get in quickly or figure something else out. And because I think that as it's dissolving also, there is some more GERD that's kind of disrupting the acidic sea here, that's threatening to also kind of take me out with it.
I have an idea. So sorry.
No, I was just going to say, Silas and Dr. Phlerb, you've seen all of this. Any thoughts on the scalpel sticking out of the hull of your ship, or, your 2 crewmates that are out in the soup?
I guess
I have the sample. You just need to get me in.
Dr. Phlerb was just like very amazed with the whole like scalpel sectioning. Like it was like the anime where like a Mort like did the slice and there was like a pause, like you didn't know if it cut, and then like then eventually it separated. He's like very impressed.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like very impressed with the precision and the accuracy.
Yeah, Phlerb is just a little amazed. Silas has seen Mort go Moby Dick before and is like, "Oh, it's begun."
Cool. So neither of you are helping, you're just watching.
Starting to attack the ship. I think I've got like I imagine that Silas does have like a fishing line thing that is trying to pull them in.
Okay.
But is like, "Oh, we've turned. Mort has started to attack us again." And he's just like ready, like knows this is kind of part of the deal.
Okay.
Being Mort's friend, sometimes Mort thinks you're an imposter alien or like there to fix. Sometimes you just gotta be ready to be stabbed by Mort.
They're out to get you.
I'm very tough.
Let your guard down.
Yeah. So I'm trying to pull them in.
All right, so if you're trying to pull them in, how about you give me a strength, and then we'll see if you can help assist them with their swimming, pulling thing that's happening.
Got like a little fishing line thing going in. I just rolled a 7.
Okay, so that means, Mort, you can have a +1 on your swim to try to get back to the ship.
All right.
It's like, better bring him in. He's starting to... Yep. We gotta handle with care.
So I am rolling swim to get back, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
And Sam, are you also making your way back into the capsule?
That's a 6.
Indeed. Excuse me. So sorry.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Oh no.
R.I.P. Dr. Mort.
I think I have one last resort that might save us.
Mm-hmm.
I could use my diplomacy skill to just get the attention of a bacterium or their friends to be like, hey, could we get a lift? Like just a little bit of assistance.
Just like kind of checking.
Just like real quick, or even just to hold on if they have some flagella or otherwise some exterior things that we can grab a hold on. If that's okay with them. But I can ask them real nicely.
Consent is important.
Yes, it's very okay with me.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it. Sure.
All right.
Let's rock and roll.
I would like to not be digested.
Yes, that'd be great. All right, so I have a 9 plus 2 diplomacy, 11. We got an 11 here.
Total success somehow. So what is your steed of choice?
That's a good question. I will go with just like the closest group of archaea that are nearby. I should know like what structurally they would look like, but I don't. Same does not either. But they do know that it's an archaea.
It's like swimmies.
Yep.
Yes, like pool noodles.
Yeah,
like
Noodles.
and like goes over and kind of like how you'd have an exchange with like a cat, where you're just like going to just approach it with caution, maybe reach out a hand, see how they react. Nothing too weird. They don't really have snouts, so you can't really like have them sniff the hand. But
Yeah, I think the nice thing is archaea mostly, from what I'm looking online, look kind of just like bacteria, or at least the sort of rod-shaped ones, but they just have like a lot of flagella. They look very bacterial-like. So
amazing. In that case, I might like slowly reach out, maybe try to like have contact so that like they could recognize maybe there's some like a signal, there's something there. And we can't really, I don't know if we can use words in a world where bacteria can understand the words that tiny humans would speak. I imagine potentially our like super high-tech suits might like automatically translate whatever thing we want to communicate
Universal
with whatever
translator. Yep.
cell. Yeah. Exactly. It releases whatever any kind of like pheromone or whatever something can be perceived. I mean, I know like bacteria could like or otherwise gut bacteria can communicate with like neurotransmitters and things like that. So could use that to our advantage.
What goes on in your gut affects what goes on in your mind.
Yep.
exactly.
Yep.
Poor woman.
That's
Right?
true.
At least we haven't made it to the gut yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm surprised that we haven't seen more crobes. Like I know, like obviously, like because we are more crobe than human, if we're being honest.
This is true. Water and crobes.
Yep.
Microbes.
We're just sacks of water and crobes.
But probably the probe cells might get like mixed in a little bit, like easy to be like not noticed as much between all the like eukaryotic cells that we see, all the human cells. But so like I kind of essentially like any scene in any kind of sci-fi fantasy movie where someone approaches a sci-fi creature and you're like, I'm gonna pet, and it's we're having an exchange and it's kind of okay. I'm imagining the scene in Harry Potter where he's interacting with a hippogriff or whatever.
I immediately thought of Train Your Dragon.
Yes. The nose bump on his hand. Yes.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That's the cutest scene in this whole thing.
Oh.
All right, so you have your little flotilla of archaea.
It's him and his buddies.
Yeah.
I love it.
So, Sam, that was so inspired and beautiful and successful on your roll that I will even let you pick up Mort on the way back to the ship.
Silas is like burning with jealousy.
So excited. New friends, but only whoever wants to come. I don't want to like be like, you're coming with me now kind of thing. No. if you want to tag along, we're gonna go other places in the body. Just don't like do too much damage, please, and thank you. We have a little bit of an itinerary. We don't really know, but
Sam is such a sweetheart.
Oh man, now we get to talk about what happens when you take microbes from one area of the human body and put them in a different area of the human body and how much that messes things up.
right? Because surprisingly, there's overlap, but there's also some things that are distinct. And it's like when you got mutual friends, but like there's like some people in the friend group that kind of they have a little bit of a beef. And it's just like you gotta have one friend there or the other. It's a whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or even person to person,
Yeah.
The whole exactly. Can you trust like the genera that you know? I don't know.
Well, I was just thinking about how like some microbes that belong in your lower intestine, if they get into the upper part of your digestive system, will give you food poisoning. So
exactly.
Yes.
That would be a problem.
Yeah.
Unideal.
Unideal.
Yes.
Non-optimal. So you and Mort come floating back on this raft of Archaea to the ship. Are you bringing any of them along with you? What's happening here?
I might pose the question to be like, this is where we're headed. Kind of like whenever people would carpool riot share days, be like, this is where we're headed, man. Like, do you want to come along? I don't know why I'm talking like I'm from California now, but I don't know. I don't even know anything about California accent. I'm sorry.
And now you're... give me another diplomacy roll to see if you've convinced them not only to ferry you around, but also to accompany you.
Woohoo! It's like whenever like Pokemon are able to like come with you. And I'm so excited.
Oh, this is so cute.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got a 7 plus 2 diplomacy. We got a 9 here.
A 9. Okay, mixed success. I'll say 1 tags along.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Still very cute.
The best
as long as they're excited and they want to be here, I don't want them to feel isolated from the buddies or nothing.
Can an Archaea, one individual cell, feel excited?
Or isolated?
That's an exciting question.
You know, who's to say? They might be motivated by food. Maybe there's some nutrients like the Doritos.
Like the Doritos.
They see the Doritos. And I feel like that is reason enough. I mean, like humans make decisions food-based. Mm-hmm. I certainly do.
Most of mine.
So Sam comes back on the ship capsule with like a golden retriever-sized, relative golden retriever-sized Archaea in tow.
I'm so excited.
Or it's just like, are you sure it's safe? It holds their scalpel.
Yes. Oh man, there's like one really cute creature in this one sci-fi movie that I remember seeing. I know that does not narrow down at all.
Mm-hmm.
No.
But new Eternals maybe. There's like it's a fuzzy creature and it's kind of like there's a specific...
Shang-Chi. Winged... Yeah.
Yes, that's the one.
In the alternate universe. Yeah. That was awesome.
Oh.
Yes, thank you so much.
What's his name? Like,
it was really cute. I remember.
I can't remember. Start with an M, maybe. I can't remember. But yeah, it was a while. But super adorable.
Yes.
With the original like Mandarin from the Iron Man 3, I think, and like who is now in the movie.
Oh.
It sounds like a Marvel reference.
I love that. I love when they call back like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To a movie that came out like 15 years ago. And you're like, who's this guy? Huh?
Yes, that very one. It also makes me think of there's a specific type of like caterpillar for this moth. I should know. Don't know that I don't know. I'm the worst at names, but like it's orange and it's fuzzy and you can't touch it and it stings you. Should know. Not a. I've seen posts about it on Reddit, but that's also what I'm imagining. It looks adorable.
A caterpillar, you said?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
it's
yeah,
like
the woolly. I think they're woolly cat, like a woolly
I think
bear.
some of the flannel moth characters do it, or the flannel moth caterpillars do it.
Because I know that we have some that are orange and black striped. that you find everywhere in the fall, and you usually they're totally fine to pick up, but they will occasionally kind of sting you, but it doesn't like really hurt or do anything. It's just like, oh, it feels like little, pink
I
and
see.
It feels almost like a little sliver or something.
Yeah.
But
there's quite a broad spectrum of fuzzy caterpillars. So like some of them are completely harmless, and then there are some that like are please don't touch them, it'll hurt you. I think what Reed's talking about Gesundheit is probably this is also true for a lot of tarantulas. So they can actually like. Tarantulas can shoot the hairs, or the caterpillar might just like let the hairs break off, and they can like get into your skin and be irritating. Like the tiny little spines on cacti, the really teeny tiny ones. So yeah, the hairs can be irritating like that. So those aren't necessarily like toxic, but there are some fuzzy caterpillars that actually have toxins that'll hurt you.
Oh yes.
Indeed, that's really cool. I did not know they could shoot them. That sounds like what's it called? I love when there's things that you would see happen in like a fantasy or sci-fi thing, but real life. That's metal AF.
Exactly.
Man, but yes, after Googling, it is the flannel moth.
Flannel moth or the hag.
Oh. Wait,
I just remember it was the one that they were saying looked like Trump's hair.
Yeah, that is
so the flannel moths is a big group. Yeah.
Right.
That would make sense. Do they have is there any variation in the degree of their like toxicity and their little spikes?
Don't know. Within that group, don't know. Probably.
I would imagine so.
Yeah, I'm not an expert on caterpillars or that group, but I saw a lot of flannel moth caterpillars when I was in Ecuador. So
cool.
very fuzzy.
Super
Super colorful.
The specific moth. Oh God, my face. This is what
So
happens when I
bright.
open a Wikipedia page. Oh no, I didn't want it full screen. Please no. It is the woolly bear or woolly worm, or the banded woolly bear. It's Pyrrharctica isabella, the Isabella tiger moth. Has the woolly bear caterpillar, which is has black, orange, black. They're very, very common in my area, but they're common everywhere apparently. They're even found in the Arctic. Fun fact.
But that's fun. They make me think.
They make you think what?
They make me think of the colloquially, I know them as wingless wasps, but I think they're specialized, like a velvet ant. Coloration makes me think of a velvet ant.
That fancy.
And people use woolly bears as like a goofy way of we're bringing it back to characters here, divining how bad the winter is going to be based on how big the sweater or the middle stripe on the woolly bear is, which is like complete goofiness. Like there's no
That's so cute.
There's no correlation between the width
I bet
of the sweater.
Silas is looking at the sweater of the arcade. Like, oh, we better get supplies ready.
Is it spelling doom?
It's gonna be a long winter.
Basically the apocalypse is coming.
Yep.
You can tell by the length of the sweater.
Does anyone use iNaturalist at all? Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, so yeah, I was like, I had like a woolly bear like crawling on me, and like I noticed, I'm like, it's like, yeah, these are you don't want those on you necessarily. So they will like put it on the nearest branch or whatever, put it back. But it's like I love like it's like when I was a kid, I didn't have that in my pocket to quickly look it up. So we had books or whatever to if we didn't know what it was, we wouldn't have I would have learned the hard way. It's good to have that wealth of knowledge in your pocket, so to speak.
It's such a good point. Yeah.
I've used it for my ecology class before, so I had to go and like identify tree species and stuff, and so that was really fun because I do not do ecology at all, so I was like, but I really like bird watching. And stuff, so I've really enjoyed using it for that. But we also have like tons of encyclopedias and stuff of birds, and that's my favorite thing is I really like to go backpacking, and so usually I'll go to like the park office and I'll see if they have some sort of like portable bird identification sheet or something like that I can bring with me, because that's like my fun little project.
That's so cool.
The birds. Nice. I'm also wearing a shirt that says "Bird watching goes both ways."
Yeah,
I love that so much.
No, it's okay. Even when you do ecology for a living, iNaturalist is super useful. At all of my different study sites this summer, I had something like over 200 different species of plants. Didn't know what all of them were off the top of my head, so iNaturalist, very useful.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, little science corner.
Yeah,
for everybody.
science sidebar.
Love that.
All right, what next?
I think we were headed to the intestines. So we got to make that transition. So that would be a time. So I think that's a whole other, like, sphincter-like
There's another
process.
sphincter. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Not
so
again.
once
We
the,
know not to tickle them now.
Yep. So this one, it's cool because it is triggered to open when the contents of the stomach are all approximately the same, like, consistency. So, like, it waits until everything, and then it kind of, like, or
So
it,
do
like,
we have to...
or there are, like, layers of, you know, different consistency of the contents, liquid. This is real gross. So yeah, it waits until, you know, it's a nice slurry before the sphincter opens and lets some of
So
it
do
through
we
into
get
the
out,
intestine.
like, chop stuff out so that...
It's like the equivalent
Ready,
of get out
ready.
and push.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
The
Let us
scalpel comes in
out.
handy for that.
break stuff
Oh yeah.
up?
Mhm.
Oh yeah. I'm just like.
We're
Like,
ready,
it-
let us in!
It's like it's like when in the in the 19th century when they would do expeditions to the Arctic and you had people out there like, you know, trying to break up the ice around the boat, you know, doing the
Mhm.
same thing.
All right, so what is your plan to make it through this next sphincter?
Well, I mean, I'm the pilot. So I
Or
will
you can do
attempt-
this one, you got this.
That went
Yeah.
so well last time.
I know, it really went really well. I can attempt to pilot us through this passage once more. And you know, this time though we're gonna submerge, so we're down with whatever that layer is that's like kind of the perfect consistency. We can just sneak on in there.
Super slurry.
So I wanted like treat it like a you know, like a submarine, like down, dive, you know, like
Wah, wah. Once more into the breach.
a
Okay.
little periscope.
Yes.
Comes back in. Just yeah, just like all right, it looks clear.
Amazing.
It's time.
Give me that pilot roll.
The pirate.
Pirate roll.
I
Arr.
want to figure out how to pirate inside someone's stomach.
Oh my goodness! If there were multiple teams of tiny people in ships inside this person.
Oh my god. Okay. So it's an 8, mixed success.
Okay.
Uh
Did you have points that you wanted to spend on it?
well, I already used the one up.
Oh,
So-
okay. So you're good. Mixed success. Okay.
Oh wait, you know, I should have more than one because I definitely have failed more than one roll. I think I just only wrote one down.
Uh-oh.
So if you're all right with that, I can add one.
Well, it'll still
I
be
know
a,
for sure.
it'll still
Yeah,
be a 9, so it'll still
yeah.
be mixed. Yeah.
I should have kept track of this, but I didn't.
Womp womp.
If there weren't the consequences of my own actions.
I don't suppose any of our viewers out there were keeping stats on everybody's rolls.
So I'm telling you, if I failed at least more than 3, or 3 or more. But I think I've gotten a lot of mixed successes, so probably I think it would just be one more, but that's still a mixed success. So I'll just go ahead and take that 8.
Okay. So tell me how you are partially successful with this endeavor.
So as I'm doing my dive thing, and you know, going in, I think that like we're making it through the sphincter, but it's a rough ride because it's kind of like being in a bathtub and you open the drain. You know, yeah, like we're kind of funneling out, and I think like we are sort of like hitting the sides of the sphincter and getting kind of thrashed around, and probably our ship is taking some damage. So I think that would be our mixed success. So we're getting to where we want to go. It's a rough ride to get there.
Yeah.
What
okay.
cost?
Oh my god.
have everybody, you all roll tough for yourselves, and I'm gonna roll one for the ship to see how y'all do on this rough ride.
I got +1 tough. Finally, I can do something good.
Fucker, I rolled
Should have
another
rolled one
4.
for the bacteria.
Oh,
For the archaea, I should say.
Oh,
I think the
what's
archaea
his
is fine.
name?
It's squishy. Squishy.
I
rolled
rolled
a-
another 1.
Oh no.
Oh
I'm on
dear.
Oh, dear.
11 plus my
Well,
1.
a 1
is 12.
and a 3, so it is 4.
Okay,
But-
so Mort is gonna take 1 point of damage. Sam, how did you do?
I have an 8.
Okay, so you're fine. And Phlerb? Dr. Phlerb?
I had a 6 and a 4, so 10 total.
Okay, so you are also fine. And the ship is also fine for the time being, even though it's gotten a little crunched and a little stabbed today. It's doing okay. So you make it into the intestine. Hooray!
Yay!
And it's like, I don't know, fuzzy seems like a terrible word for this, but the inside of the intestine has all of this like stuff for like filtering out things that pulls
Which one
out
comes
water
first?
and nutrients.
Is it large or small intestine?
Small
that comes
goes first.
Okay, small
Because
goes first.
it's
then large.
the name is based on the diameter.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Small. Large,
Not on
and
how
small.
important it is.
Small intestine is arguably very, very, very important.
Because large just kind of stores and takes
Yeah.
water out.
Yep.
Where
Yeah.
small is like, let's get those nutrients.
Yeah. Let's
And,
absorb.
Small is like longer from I remember from
Yes.
like grade school. Okay, awesome.
Yep.
It's like a long time ago.
We got
Yay.
this between the 5 of us, we could figure
Yeah.
out the human body.
I think it also is like where the most like sort of like the small intestine is where most things are absorbed, where it kind of ferments things a bit as well.
Mhm.
Which is where things can get into trouble though, because that's where you can have a lot of gas if you aren't being able to break things down very well. Has fun fact that our resident botanist probably knows as well is that plant material is really hard for humans to break down because of the cell walls.
Yep.
They don't have
Cellulose.
membranes like animal
Cellulose, yeah.
cells do.
Mhm. Well, I mean,
So,
they
yeah.
do have membranes on the inside of the walls.
Well, yeah. Is
They'll
that
have
the,
only.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like we don't have cellulose.
Yeah.
We don't have the cell walls. It's just very hard for humans to break down, which is why cows, for instance, have 4 stomachs
Mhm.
because they like literally they throw up their food sorbent back into their mouth. It goes into their stomach, or do they do that, or does it just go through different stomachs? I can't remember.
There's a whole process. Yeah. And the stomachs have like
Regurgitate it back up.
Yeah,
they
and
have special communities of microbiota in them to assist in the breaking down process. So that's true. And a lot of solely herbivorous animals that they have special microbes, and the microbes are the ones that actually break down the cellulose and make the nutrients available to
it's
these.
ungulates.
Archaea.
Right? Is it
Yeah,
ungulates
there
that
you
are
go.
the
And
ones
And
that
same with
Yeah.
termites. Termites have bacteria that will help them.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And they have
So
to share
bacteria
those
are super
bacteria among
important.
themselves. You know that? Yes, they have to like eat each other's poop in order to get the microbes they need.
Sharing is caring.
It all comes down to microbes and friendship. Like
Microbes and
friendship.
That's the title.
work
That is the
together.
title of this episode.
microbes.
Crobes
Microbes
and
and
friendship.
Aw.
I love that.
Bros before crobes.
No.
I'm sorry.
Crobes before bros.
bros.
Crobes
Because we
before.
want
You're right.
The
Yeah,
crobes.
yeah.
We want
Crobes
the
before
crobes.
bros. Crobes.
Amazing. So good. Oh yeah, and I can imagine good old our buddy Archaea. Well, I'm actually unsure of the degree to which they are involved with like digesting plant material. I feel like they play a role, I would imagine.
Mhm.
So our buddy is they know the way. I don't know if they can tell us how, but they have some knowledge. I imagine like they're the creature in a sci-fi film that like is just cute and adorable, but doesn't really say much. But I'm sure they've seen some things.
Oh,
They know something.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
Now that you are in the small intestine, I'm gonna have everybody roll investigation to see what you
Okay.
see now that you're here.
Natural 12.
Whoa!
It's a divination.
Yeah.
I got half that.
A 6.
Same.
6. Dr. Phlerb.
I got a 11, 5, and 6.
Sweet. Okay.
Nice.
So Sam is busy playing with the new pet. Mort is busy driving. Phlerb and
Do my
Silas
job.
have the the forethought to look out the windows. And y'all see a monster.
Oh dear.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That's
no.
unexpected, but
Yeah.
This is bad.
Yes. So
How's it looking? How's it looking out there?
Bad. It's a monster.
Yeah, so what you see is this, it's a worm, long and squiggly, and it's, you know, the body sort of, you know, flows way down the intestine away from you, and it's segmented. Morgan's
it's a
nodding.
fucking
You know what
tapeworm.
it is. It is.
The elastic
Yeah.
ballworm.
Yeah, and it's got
Tapeworm.
this like gnarly ring of hooks on the top of its head that are like screwed into the lining of the intestine.
Probably nothing.
Oh, no.
Like the worm from SpongeBob, the Alaskan bullworm.
The what?
Oh yeah, it is like that worm.
We should have gotten a lasso skill.
We should have lassoed. I know.
The
That
only
was
thing
our
that's
first
coming
mistake.
to my brain right now is the random fact that I know about tapeworms is that women in the Victoria
Yes.
area would sometimes swallow the eggs so that they could eat whatever they wanted and, not gain weight.
Yep, they
But-
used to
Classic.
sell them dried in little paper packets. Yeah.
But that's such a bad idea.
Oh,
Please
yeah.
don't do
Nope.
it because you will end up with a very big parasite potentially.
Well,
they can be several feet long.
They can, and also, if you swallow the eggs, they can migrate out of your digestive system and wind up like encysting in like other parts of your body where they don't belong, and that's really super bad. But if you swallow the eggs and they stay where they belong, or you swallow a larval tapeworm, it winds up in your intestines, where it screws itself into the wall and hangs out and just steals food from you.
Nice.
Mhm.
It does
Real
remind me,
body horror.
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Ugh.
That reminds me of how, like regarding, like worms that will like find themselves like in other parts of like your body that like they shouldn't be in. In the movie Pootie Tang, he has a kind of worm that is in there in his brain.
Hmm.
And I can't recall the name of it. I did know. I remember learning about it when I took the parasitology class. I'm like, oh yeah, and it would make sense because that's sometimes it could be found there, but I don't recall what it was called. But I do know that there is a reference in Pootie Tang very briefly because you could see on his like X-ray in the scene.
Oh wait, a parasitic worm that can go places it doesn't belong.
Yeah, in the brain of a human.
Oh shoot, I don't know if so. I think it's trichinosis is the one that you can get from eating undercooked pork. But that one, it can wind up in like the big muscles, like your butt muscles or your thigh muscles, and cause like intense pain. I don't know if that one can accidentally wind up in your brain or
Weird.
not, but yeah, parasites, super fun.
I can also go on about that. My streams about zombie games.
Oh yeah,
We can touch on that.
yeah.
Love that.
Zombies. All right, well you've got you
Oh, yeah.
the two of you see this monster.
I think we're gonna need that scalpel, Mort.
Oh yeah. What are we looking at?
Some kind of flag creature.
Flag creature.
What?
It's like a big banner of a worm.
I love it.
Okay. So what kind of flag? So are we talking about like plane flying through the sky with advertisement behind it?
Like a
kind of
windsock.
or a
With
windsock.
like a panel.
Oh yeah, windsock. All right, I know exactly how to deal with a windsock.
Neither Mort nor Silas really paid attention to parasitology. Dr. Phlerb, this isn't a plant, is it?
It's like, not a plant analogy necessarily, but like I can tell that it's not particularly good for the patient because it's like latched in very tightly into the the small intestine, the wall of the intestine. So it doesn't look good at all to me.
Yeah.
I think
real
this could possibly be causing the patient some discomfort in some form, potentially.
Probably.
I don't know for sure.
I love the way you laid that out. Very
I don't
just
know
like
for sure, but like,
the
there's a
rest of
chance.
us are like, Silas is like running around screaming, and Dr. Phlerb's like, this is probably what's causing the problem.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know for sure, but it's a guess.
All right, so you people are the internalists and whatever. How do we kill this thing? Where must I strike? Point me where I must strike.
So I would say the closer to the head, the better. I don't
It
know
does
for
Seem
sure.
to
I'm
be
just-
where
I'm
its
just-
pointy parts are.
Like a boss
I'm
battle.
just like
Yes.
I'm just literally just guessing right now.
Perfect.
I don't.
Oh, you muted yourself.
I'm sorry, yeah, I don't know for sure, but that's just my guess.
All right. Then the head it is. I will bring you the head of the beast.
Oh my god.
Amazing. What I'm imagining
good.
is the scene of the first boss battle in like Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, where I think Link battles this some kind of worm centipede situation. I think he also battles a scorpion. Don't know if I'm getting that confused, but there's a worm or adjacent involved.
Yes, Mulgera, and I think
Yeah.
I think Mulgera pops up in 2 games. I think
Oh.
I'm trying to think back to my Zelda memory, but
Deep lore.
yeah, Mulgera is
You're right. I do
The-
recall
like the-
that.
the sandworm with like the jaws that's like kind of going through like. That's like
Oh,
what
yeah.
I'm imagining this kind of looks like a little bit.
Yes.
And yeah, they're freaky. All right, so what is the plan? Mort, are you going out by yourself to deal with the worm, or is anybody helping?
I think I'm going to tie my surgical stitches.
You're 50 feet of
around-
hempen rope, yeah.
Yep. Exactly. You know, classic D&D stuff.
Yeah.
I know D&D.
Don't go anywhere
Um,
without a rope.
Exactly. And I would tie it around my waist. I'm gonna go into like the flooding chamber because I imagine we have like
Yeah.
like a futuristic submarine or whatever. And like if I
feel
don't
like-
come back,
Silas wants to come with you, and Silas is like, no, you didn't have to go through and fail middle school by yourself, and you're not going to have to go out there by yourself.
Oh,
right.
Mort, I know you're a hero and a loner, but I'm going out there with you. I've got your back, buddy.
oh.
Ties himself to like the back. Like,
Yes.
You know what? All right.
like shards.
Probes before bros.
Probes before bros.
And I predator handshake you.
Ooh.
Just, and I say,
That's the movie poster.
if I don't come back, well, I don't really have anyone waiting for me, but I guess you guys could maybe have like some of my surgical equipment, like my favorite scalpel.
Whoa. Whoa, don't talk like that, Mort. Mort,
You know-
no, we're gonna make this. I'm coming with you. I've got your back. I'm
All right.
tough.
All right, I broke another pencil.
It's a high stakes game. There's lots of stress.
I'm so stressed.
So many pencils.
I'm so bad with these. They just.
Oh yeah,
I don't
because
know
you
why
like
they
flick it
even-
with your thumb.
Yeah, and then it just breaks. You know, it's that's what I get for buying like the cheapest ones. But anyways,
All right, the bros are headed out into the soup.
yeah, the science bros,
Science bros.
bros.
the science
Amongst
bros,
the crows.
amongst the
Amongst
crows.
the
Probes. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I like slam the button for the flooding chamber and it slowly fills with whatever fluid is in the small intestine.
Cinematic.
Oh yeah, and we're in our like little suits, and you guys are watching in the like little porthole, and we're just like making like
I'm holding Arky up to like wave goodbye.
Oh.
it's like we have comms, we can totally talk.
I
on
know, we
comms,
can
but
talk.
We're just like
We're being
making
dramatic.
hand signatures. And then I, with you attached to me, I'm going to push off towards the I assume we're probably not like right next to the head, so I'm probably gonna try and get on the thing's back and just like using my I have also surgical staples on hand.
Yeah.
I wonder if I could, since I'm really tough, I could distract it while
that's
you
a good
try
idea.
to slice it. I don't know if we want
Yeah.
to do anything actually strategic.
Yeah,
or if we're just gonna go at it.
My idea was I like the distraction idea so that it keeps like it's because I'm sure the rest of its body, windsock like as it is, could like dislodge me or try and get me off. And I'm gonna use my surgical staples like ice picks.
Yeah.
The mountain climbing and
Yep.
just
Cool.
and slowly make my way up to the head so I can drive my scalpel down.
Okay. Dexterity or strength, you can choose.
Right. They're the same
Okay.
for me. So
Then it doesn't matter.
both +0. So here we go. Oh, thank God, that's a 10.
All right.
Woo!
Man, I'm kind of
Yes!
disappointed. I had something really cool lined up there, but
that's not the third act.
At the very least, we can just say this is just me getting to the head.
Yep, you get to the head. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Silas, you probably want to do your
Yeah,
distraction,
no,
right?
I'm gonna start doing the distraction, which is like trying to like, hey, Mr. Tapeworm, mixed tapeworm, what
Tapeworm.
gender,
Amazing.
whatever.
Hermaphroditic.
Expression.
Yeah.
Tape. Oh, they are hermaphroditic. Tapeworm, mixed tapeworm. Hello. Good. May I interest you in some properties?
The Doritos. There you go.
We're here to contact you
I
about your
know
car's
some-
extended warranty.
I know some I'm trying to sell some timeshares in another.
Oh
set of
my
intestines.
god.
Did you know that cow intestines? Oh. And it's just like trying to keep it going.
Are you using a skill for this, or are you just hanging out?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm using a skill that I probably don't have, which is that diplomacy.
Sure.
I guess.
Yeah.
But of course.
Or distraction, being annoying.
Try some diplomacy.
The skill I have, but I do not have points for. My diplomacy is a 7.
Okay. Lucky for you, that was just kind of a roll for roll's sake, because like it's a tapeworm. It literally just like hangs out and absorbs nutrients. Like it's not doing anything. So
Trying to put brochures in its
Yeah.
face. I assure you, this is not a scam.
all right.
Do you have a moment to talk about God?
Oh my god.
Would you like to buy some leggings?
Hey, I have this really cool MLM that you'd be perfect for.
Yeah.
But
Like a
I'm
dietary supplement.
Yeah, please
Get it?
stab
'Cause-
this. Stab the worm.
gonna go stab the worm.
Good stabbing
Stab
time.
this worm. Stab this worm.
More,
All right.
more.
Another 10!
Another
+2
10!
is a 12!
Heck yeah! All right, so you just like rear back again, super cinematic, like both hands on the scalpel over your head, plunge it down into the head of the tapeworm, and it kills it. And
Yes!
the hooks relax, and so it releases from the small intestine wall and starts to float along with everything else in the current. I'm assuming you jump off before you're swept away with the worm,
Yeah,
Ride
I
it.
jumped back towards
or you
the-
could ride it. Your choice.
I don't want to
Yeah.
write it down with the poop.
Yeah, I think about riding it, and then I remember the
We both
little
think
bit
about it.
of human anatomy that I remember from when I failed med school.
We don't want to go through that door.
Yeah, and I go, all right, definitely that's gonna hurt coming out, and I just jump back onto our little pill ship.
Yeah, pill ship.
Very action movie-esque, where you just kind of like slide in as everyone's
Oh,
moving.
100%. Like I said, I am the like edgelord anime protagonist, and I just did the anime protagonist thing, and then do like a backflip off of it.
Ooh,
Sa-
yeah.
Silas is the like bubbling sidekick, just kind of making their way back.
Yeah,
I'll
good
be right
job!
there. I'll be right there. More.
Yeah.
Yay! You found out what was causing the problem for your patient. You dealt with it in a way that was maybe a little more exciting than oral medication, which is how you normally treat tapeworms. Oh, this all started by taking a pill, just not the same time.
Technically.
Maybe this is what happens every time you take the oral
This
medication.
is how the
for
medication
tapeworms.
works.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's
Tiny
little people inside of it that do some anime bullshit.
I love to imagine all of the exchanges that both the microbes and our human cells have is anime bullshit. Just I hope it's dramatic AF. Like I want this to be like a POV, you're a microbe kind of thing.
Yeah. Speaking of you're a microbe, are you keeping Archie now that you've accomplished your mission, or?
I want to, but I don't think it'd be appropriate to just take him from his home.
The wild.
Or at least
I have to say goodbye.
Silas is like inconsolable.
Truly, and same is as well. Like we gotta thank Archie for like their service, for helping us, for cheering us on, for the support. Though we can't offer there are other nachos, not nachos, Doritos. My brain was thinking other cheesy chip, but there are a variety of cheesy chips here. But at the same time, like it's completely valid to hang out with your friends, to stay with your home, because it's not like I feel like it'll be like one of those trains we can't just deliver him back, really, unless we're just like shrink him down and then have the patient take him in.
We're not allowed to live here forever. I already tried to ask.
Yeah.
I think I kneel at Archie's feet with my scalpel, and I say, "You saved my life, Archie, and for that, I can never repay you. You have my sword."
Silas does the old Yeller thing that's like, we don't love you. We don't love you anymore. No, we don't want you here.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
But we have to go deposit him in the stomach, though. We have a little bit of time.
We do have to go back.
Okay.
And then realizes and then
or
like this
take him to the sphincter.
goodbye and then have
I feel like this is happening at the opening of the sphincter, you know? And we're getting ready to like slingshot him back in or something.
Yep.
I think Silas did that part way too early and is now sitting awkwardly by Archie for a long time. It's like,
yeah, I think Mort did too, because Mort didn't understand that we had to put it back in the stomach.
Yeah,
it was like, oh yeah, it's totally fine to like have this foreign archaea in the small intestine. That's totally
silent
fine.
all the way back.
Yep.
Up. Awkward.
And I'm just like stroking the flagella. Just I'm so sad, but it's okay. It's all okay because it's a good story. We had the experience
in the like most healthy way.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Phlerb got his results from Archie and like just like a 23andMe for like Archie's like backstory.
So sweet.
Oh my gosh.
Frame it,
touch
keep
it.
it forever.
Not gonna get macular degeneration. Look at you, buddy.
Oh, you're such a healthy little archaea.
Oh my
right? Because then he'll see how important like his whole lineage was just in the creation of the livable.
Where everybody's
Yeah.
great.
Literally, the 23andMe is just the tree of life.
Yeah.
It's just like-
it has like Archie is here.
Yes.
related to everyone.
And it's like,
Like we have like a whole like thing where like you know like we're actually very distant relatives of Archie, going back to the very the very
yes,
first.
yes.
It's like the Neanderthal thing where it's like you're this percent Archie.
Yeah.
We're all trying to be the most percent Archie.
Yeah,
Like,
we should all be
as
great
we're-
to the end. whatever.
Common ancestor.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. As I think as we're setting Archie free, I'm going to console Sam and say, "Don't worry, Archie it lives on in all of us."
it's true.
Literally.
Literally.
You ain't
Oh man.
Perfect.
He'll never leave you. Not really.
exactly. And I'd
He
like
makes
to
up most of us.
yes.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that
Perfect.
the 23andMe chart that Dr. Phlerb gives Archie is it also has like photos of us and where we are relative to Archie. It's our like LinkedIn photo or whatever. But then also Archie has a photo that we somehow took along the way in this journey. We just like a
Sci-fi
photo.
future. You have a camera phone.
I will say though,
The roller
you'll
coaster
allow
photo.
me, GM,
Yeah.
that you all see that you're on the chart, but
Oh boy.
Mort is not on the chart.
Oh, buddy.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
Yeah, this makes sense.
Making a callback.
Sounds kind of a little bit of a mystery there. Like what's going on with
An
what's going on with that?
imposter?
Yeah, and Mort's just kind of like, not really saying anything. It's like, see if anyone notices that they're not on there.
Sure, it's just a mistake.
Oh
These
yeah,
things
yeah,
happen. Yeah.
Those things aren't very
PCR
accurate
is a fickle
anyway.
beast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's probably some
Taxonomy.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm just unclassifiable.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you deposit Archie back in the stomach, and you make sure that your ship is as seaworthy as possible, and then you all put yourselves back in the correct orientation so that you can go back into this like stasis situation so that you don't have to experience the out, just like you didn't have to experience the in. And the next time you awaken, it might be in a less strange place. But yay, you solved this medical mystery and played in a world of your own creation, not even 3 hours ago in the making. Thank you so much to everyone who watched us and hung out in the chat. We're glad that you enjoyed all of the hijinks that we got up to. This was bananas, and I enjoyed it ever so much.
So fun.
So let's have everybody go around once more just to say where we can find you on the interwebs and what you do so that people can follow you later. We'll start with Morgan.
Hey everyone, this was so awesome. This was so fun. A lot of improvisation, which I love so much. So I am on Twitter at the Morgan Trail. So it's kind of like the Oregon Trail, but like my name Morgan's like the Morgan Trail instead of the. It's like it's a really bad joke, a really bad pun.
It's good.
I
You
love
say
that.
that, but I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent pun.
Yes, 10 out of 10. Good pun. I like it.
And Morgan,
so
you're the co-organizer of Black and Botany Week, right?
Yes, thank you so much for reminding me. Yes, so
yeah.
if you go to the Black Botanist Week website, you will find all of us there. We're a 12-member committee, and we've been going on we're entering our third year now, which is like amazing. Like it's been going on for
awesome.
pretty good, good amount of time now. So, and we were selected for a symposium at the botany conference this year. So we'll be going to Anchorage, Alaska, if COVID is under control.
Oh,
So
cool.
super excited about that.
Yay.
Excellent.
But knock on wood, Omicron is going to be tamped down by then, and there's not going to be like
A new one.
whatever
Yeah.
the next
Yeah.
Greek alphabet letter.
Ciao.
Part 5.
Well, good luck and congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yay.
That's
So
amazing.
great playing with you, Morgan.
Mhm.
Next, there's Nichole.
Hi, I'm Nicole. You can find me on Twitter at CholeNess, Joelness. That'd be a great way to connect. It's been so fun playing with everyone.
Oh yeah.
Thank you so much.
Blast.
Then there's Reed.
Hello. You can find me on the Twitters at Reed Plays. And you can also find me. I GM my shows, Deimos Paradox and Bring Your Own Mech. Those are at Own Mech on Twitter and at Deimos Paradox. Deimos is in the moon around Mars. So Deimos. And that's about it. Thank you all so much for letting me share my weird little surgeon with you. That was a blast.
And
I
there's
love
Emily.
that character. Yes. I also imagine Mort probably would listen to Dave Matthews Band as well. That's the
Probably.
or Bruce Springsteen, or both.
Honestly, yes, both.
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe a jam band in there like Fish or something like that.
Yeah.
Like dabbles.
Like
not too
widespread
heavy, but he
panic.
likes it. Exactly.
Oh yeah.
He owns one tie-dye t-shirt. Just one.
Yeah. He always wears it to lab.
Yep.
It's their favorite lab t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yep, I love that. But yes, I'm
okay.
Emily. You can find me at imbodod on the Twitter, Instagram, and on Twitch. Every now and then I will stream from the Nature Check channel. Once my availability opens up a little bit more, I'll be able to stream hopefully soon this spring. And then I don't really do much else currently, though I do want to give a shout out to the person who made my cardigan at Steady Hands. Who Steady Hands makes a lot of anime inspired clothing that the creator describes as like subtle weave type clothing. This is like Unit 01 from Evangelion.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was
cool.
gonna say
That's awesome.
that's so dope.
I do recommend y'all check out Steady Hands.
Very cool.
Close, Steady
Amazing
Hands.
things. There's also like a hoodie that we have that's like the curse mark from Naruto. I actually don't really watch that as much. Should know. I don't. But I love the design. I'm so sorry.
That's awesome.
That's super cool.
Amazing things, yes.
And the social media handles for all of these people are down in the Twitch panels, and they'll be attached to the description for the podcast and YouTube versions of this. You know me, I'm Sheryl. I'm here like all the time. Thursdays in our video game slot, I'm playing Ark and doing dinosaurs. But it's like dinosaurs and also dodo birds and also giant trilobites and also otters because they just smashed everything prehistoric into one game anyway.
I love that so much.
I know. I'm very excited. And otherwise you can find me on the Sunday slot running one-shots or Arda or nature chats, which are coming back soon. So yeah, our channel has lots of things to offer. If you enjoyed this, we appreciate you being here and we hope to see you back again in the future. But I think that is it for the night. So y'all have a good rest of your weekend, and I hope you have a good Monday tomorrow. Bye.
Happy Monday.
Bye.